Shima, hello. Good to see you. Oh. I didn't have a lot of videos prepared this week, so I wanted to do a live stream just to chat with you guys, whoever comes in. But I hope you're doing well. Hi, Shinies Nuna. I'm a little earlier than normal, thankfully. Mission accomplished. I'm doing good. I'm tired because I did some extensive cleaning, what they call spring cleaning, in my room. So my room looks a lot cleaner than it did before, thank God. But that, and I went to give some care packages to homeless people yesterday with my sister and her friends. And Mama Moonlight tagged along, and we was just giving like care packages to that part of the community in Baltimore, which was a very interesting experience. My first time doing it, so it kind of felt good to give people something. And they were talking about how like the government doesn't really care about poor people, homeless people, and that people like us are the only people that seem to care. And I was like, wow, okay. So it kind of made me happy that we could give them something, But other than that, this week's been quite hectic. This week has tired me out a little bit. And I want to also kind of put some reaction content on the back burner for a minute, because there are some K-pop topics that I want to get to, and I will not be able to do that if I keep doing reactions right now. So I'm going to put some reactions on the back burner. I'm not stopping reactions completely. I'm just going to put it on the back burner and focus on doing K-tubing for a minute, because I'm very behind on K-tubing. There's so many things I want to talk about, and that's why I'm going to kind of put that on the back burner for now. I'm still working on the What Is Woke video. It is coming along very well. I still have a lot of editing to do with that video, and I am pacing myself and not trying to overwhelm myself with that video and then doing reactions at the same time. So it's coming along, guys. It'll be out hopefully next month. We'll see. I'm trying to get this out quick, but I want to take my time, so y'all just bear with that. I have some doctor's appointments I have to go to the week after this week coming up. One doctor appointment, and then another appointment for next month. So y'all pray my strength. That's good. Make yourself a schedule for K-tubing and reactions. That way you can do things in your own time. I did that last year. I actually had made a schedule that I was going to do like 2 reaction videos, or technically, yeah, 2. I think it was like 2 or 3 reaction videos, 2 during the week, and then a Shiny Saturday video, and then either Sunday or somewhere in between that week, there would be a K-tube video in there. I think the problem is, I think I might have overbooked myself with all this stuff. And I think I probably should have did like maybe 2 reaction videos and a K-tube video, or 2 K-tube videos, to try to balance it out. But I was trying to appeal to the wider audience that I have that only come for reactions. So I try to do more reactions than K-tubing. So what I'm going to do is, now obviously I don't have a set schedule. cut myself off. But obviously, I don't have a set schedule now. I had a set schedule. I think it's harder to keep the set schedule. I'm gonna try to redo the schedule. Would put myself on a better time frame. I don't know how that's gonna work because I'm trying to fit life in with all that. I think it'll be fine though, because if I limit K-tubing to like maybe 2 K-tube videos a week, and then maybe one or two if I limit the reactions to 2 reactions a week, right? And then I do like maybe 1 or 2 K-tubing videos, that should be great. That should be great. I think I find it easier, or much more, I guess, enjoyable editing K-tubing videos than reaction videos. There's a lot more that is, I feel like, I don't know, K-tube videos are not really, I don't know which one's easier for me, K-tubing or reaction videos. Then do it in a simple way, 1 or 2 weeks. I'm trying to read it from here. Then do it in a simple way, 1 or 2 weeks for your live. Yeah, yes, and also my live streams are kind of to help balance out that video dynamic too, of how many videos I put out in a week. Then I have the live stream, meet with you guys, try to meet with you guys every weekend to talk to you guys and interact with my audience and things like that. Also, I've been looking into doing my live streams a little bit better. I've been looking into Streamlabs. I'm going to try to get Streamlabs on my phone so that I can link the Streamlabs on my phone to the Streamlabs on my computer or something like that. But I might not have to do that on my computer, link it. I might just have Streamlabs on my phone, and then that way I can do Streamlabs. You can see a starting soon screen, an ending soon screen, you know, or stream offline screen. I think it'll be easier to do that. I'll try my best to vamp the live streams a little bit better, so that it's not just simply, okay, because I want to give you guys time to come in. So if I have a starting soon screen, I have plenty of time to just get myself together last minute, and then you guys will have a perfect window of opportunity to join the live streams, and so will other viewers as well. So I want to kind of make the live streams more, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying, accessible to Moonlight community. And I'll do it, try to do that as best I can in the coming months. That's good. Make it. Let's see. I read that already. Hi Shima. Yes. Hi Shima. Which is simpler with editing your reactions or your K-tubing? Do the easiest first. Yeah, I think I'm gonna schedule the reaction. I'm trying to schedule everything again. I think one of the reasons why my channel feels a bit off to me is because of the lack of scheduling and consistency with the schedule. So I'm gonna try to get back to try OBS for your streaming. You need a different one if you go through. Okay, I can try that. Yeah, I've heard of OBS, but I keep forgetting about OBS because I keep hearing about StreamYard, Streamlabs, you know, Prism Live, and all that stuff. I keep hearing about those. I don't hear much about OBS, but OBS I can definitely look into and try that. I'm looking into getting a desktop That way it'd be easier and much more, I think, productive as far as like editing videos. Laptops tend to act stupid sometimes, and the memory on them is not that great. Desktops is a little bit better. But specifically PCs, and I know PCs are like mad expensive. I know there's some cheaper ones out there, and I'm gonna try to look into the cheaper ones, but there's some expensive ones out there that are just like too much for me. So I'm going to try to get one that's, that works for me, and we'll go from there. Streaming will be better. Editing will be better. If I wanted to have a live stream where I wanted to play games and just chat with you guys and play games or whatever, I could do that. Yeah. So, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an insight as to what I've been looking into lately. Trying to do things a little bit more efficient on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Give you guys some good content that, without destroying my computer. Because I have a MacBook Air. MacBook Airs are not as good as MacBook Pros in my opinion. I have a MacBook Pro, but the screen is broken, and I'm gonna try to get it fixed. But the only problem is I have to know my information on how to access the computer so that the people can access it. I don't remember it. I haven't used that computer in, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, I feel like. It might have been, no, it's been like a year. Let me stop. It's been like a year or so since I've used that. It hasn't been that long, but I forgot. So I did a reset on the computer, but it's acting a bit weird, so I don't know exactly what to do about that. We'll figure that out later on. But yeah, I'm trying to get you guys some good content, and after this live stream, I'm probably gonna film one of my KTube videos for this week coming up. And good news, y'all. Y'all remember when I told y'all last week that I was mourning the loss of one of my KTube videos that I had to delete because I had 3 different things going on, and I had to delete one so that my CapCut wouldn't act stupid. That video, the Rise video, I still have the videos that I filmed about that whole situation. So all I gotta do is substitute a live reaction, substitute a reaction video for KTube video, and then edit it there, and then that'll be that. So technically I might have 2 KTube videos this week coming up already, and they actually kind of interlock with each other. I'm gonna it's Bongshan and Chan's room video of me kind of taking back what I said about that in light of the Rise situation, which is news that I'm going to bring up probably after the Bongshan video. And it's not going to be a long video. It's probably going to be, I'm going to try to keep it to like 7 minutes. Bongshan video is not going to be a long video at all. God willing, I talk a lot. So, we'll see. But I'm going to try my best to not be long-winded and just, like, say my points. So, thankfully, that's good. I don't have to worry about that. Other than that, I think that's all that I need to report on, or feel like I need to report on with you guys, because I'm trying to keep in touch with you guys. I'm going to try to do better with the community posts. I have not been on my A game with the community posts lately. I'm trying to keep up with you guys and interact with you guys. So y'all bear with me. I will do better with the community posts. I will do better with the community posts. because I had a rhythm going where I would, like, at the beginning of the week, I would greet you guys and wish you guys a good week and let you know, hey, we got some reactions or we got some K-tubing. And I try to do that still, but I haven't been as efficient or as diligent with it as I was last year. But I got to do a way better job than I did last year. So I'm treating YouTube like a job, even though I'm not getting paid, but I am treating it like a job for a reason, because it is a hard task to keep the momentum of your channel going. It really is a difficult task, and that's why so many people get burnt out, take week-long, month-long, even year-long breaks, or they're doing something else, and so they're taking a year-long break for that. My friend Dohi, he took a whole year away from his YouTube channel, and yeah, that's tough. That's a big decision. That's a big decision. So, like, yeah, I'm trying to make sure I do a little bit better of a job this year. And I don't want to give you guys the same K-tubing content that I always give you guys about this company's doing bad and the netizens are crazy and, you know, all the... I've said this before, but I don't want to constantly go over all that. So I want to talk about other stuff. But there's some things that I really want to talk about as far as, like, more, I guess, serious matters with, you know, K-pop stuff. So I'm going to do that. Interestingly enough, I feel like even if I talked about lighthearted topics in K-pop, there are those people that are, like, still going to be like, that ain't true. You know, because people take K-pop a little more seriously than they should. K-pop is a genre. It's a genre that has many different components in it. A lot of things that weren't K-pop back in the 90s or early 2000s is now considered K-pop. K-pop idols getting brand deals and things like that. That's also considered a part of the K-pop wave, right? There's so many different changes that K-pop has gone in that I think would be interesting to talk about. Is it considered K-tubing and things like that? I think that would be great. Make a checklist. I'm going to try to read it from here. And I wish I had my glasses. I don't have my glasses right now. Make a checklist and stick off things you've done. Yes. That's easier said than done. I could make a checklist and you know, just so that I won't repeat myself. But I think sometimes I say that I repeat myself. I'm complex. I'm sorry for being so freaking complex, but I am a complex person when thought process wise. I know that I've talked about something for three times in a row or whatever. I think the thing is, the reason why I talk about certain things and it sounds like I'm repeating myself is because there's a message within what I'm saying that's different from the message that I brought the last time when I was talking about K-pop stuff. I've said that fans are unhinged, but sometimes I think that I am repeating myself when I'm actually not, because there's a point that I didn't make in one video that I'm making in this one because I saw news about something and I said, okay, I gotta talk about this. But while I'm doing that, it is understandable that I do repeat myself quite a bit. I don't want to be like a drama farming channel, K-pop drama farming, K-tube drama farming, or rage baiting. Not my intention. But there are some things that when I see it and it's like, why, I will talk about it because I think it's important to it's important to address certain things, but I try to do it without repeating myself. The thing is that it's not so much that I need to make a checklist of what I said and what I didn't. It's that certain videos that I make, I will repeat myself in a certain particular part of that video, right? Making a mental note of me talking about unhinged netizens, or making a documented note that I've talked about unhinged netizens, probably not going to help me much in that regard, because I'm probably always going to talk about how some netizens are unhinged. I feel like it's the nature of my channel at this point that I've been talking about this stuff. But there's an underlining message behind all this, and there are videos that literally might probably be the same message repeated. But like I said at the beginning, there's a message within that K2 video that I'm trying to highlight, and it has something to do with netizens being this way, and that netizens need to stop being this way. You know, all that stuff. Companies, all this, that, and the other. I've talked about this before, but K-pop, I think, honestly, when you're doing K-tube, I think it's impossible to not repeat yourself. Because K-tubing is not that, I mean, K-tube topics are not that complex, because K-pop is not that complex. It's very simple to see what's going on. So I'm going to repeat myself a lot. SM is unhinged, and Petty just now. Really. What'd they do now? What'd they do this time? Oh yeah, I'm also going to make a K2 video about Spire Entertainment and how they lied on... I found out recently that they lied on Omega X about the whole CCT camera footage of one of the members trying to, you know, do some inappropriate stuff with the manager or whatever. Found out about that. I'm going to make a video about that. Absolutely. I said it in my community post, and I'm going to make good on that. Okay? Going to make good on that for sure. So look out for that video. I just have to do some groundwork, researching, and make sure that I got all of my T's crossed and my I's dotted, and then we can go from there. But yeah, what did the unhinged company of SM do this time? Seems like I'm always hearing news about SM doing something crazy. Always. Yes, because Taemin and Onu didn't re-sign their contracts. Okay, listen. I can't do this. I need my glasses, like, right now. Disappearing for a moment. I'm trying to read this. Oh, see, no wonder. Ugh. Okay. I need my glasses. All right, we're back. Let me scroll this for a minute. Okay. Yes, because Taemin and Onu didn't re-sign their contracts. They deliberately canceled their right. Oh. They canceled their bubble, huh? They end on the 12th. Though Taemin will get a new one. I don't know if Onu will. Onu might. Onu might. I'm talking about how bad I need my glasses to read, and my glasses are not even completely clean. It is what it is. Onu might. He might. We'll see. So wait. SM's making a big deal about Onu and Taemin canceling their bubble. I don't. Honestly, you know what? This is kind of what SM deserves, to be honest. SM deserves this. SM deserves this. I hate to be mean, but I think SM deserves all this. All this heat they're getting, Taemin leaving, Onu leaving, all of the groups. You know, there was a time in SM when people would actually stay. But oh, SM canceled their bubble, not the boys. Got you. Okay. Okay. So when you said they deliberately canceled their bubble message, you were talking about SM. Sorry, I did not. I thought that Onu and that makes sense. SM's in charge of all that. I'm just over reading to make sure I didn't misunderstand you. Okay, cool. Yeah, because it doesn't sound like something Taemin and Onu would do. That's for their fans, right? Okay. I mean, why cancel it? They're still a part of SHINee. It's dumb. I think that's a butthurt move. That's a butthurt move by SM. Butthurt that Onu and Taemin are leaving. You can't just walk away from SM. You gotta, gotta pay a price. And because SM has so much power, though a lot of what they've done is coming into question as of late, and so I don't know, yes, that's why they are being petty. SM doesn't even know. SM doesn't even own Bubble. But yet they have the right to just cancel people's bubble left and right. So like I said, it's a butthurt move. That's SM being butthurt. Oh, Taemin's leaving. Yeah, your moneymaker's leaving. Like I said, companies, they only view their idols as objects first and people second. Or maybe people fifth or sixth, depending on the exact order of how things go. Can they open their own accounts? Oh, I just realized. Hey, Cheryl. Can they open their own accounts? I think they... On Bubble? I think they can. I think they can. At least now, I think they can. I think Onu and Taemin can just make their own Bubble account and open it. At this point, they're kind of free agents. Yes, they can. That's what Taemin is doing. He's just waiting for the new Bubble app to come online. Yeah. Good morning, Cheryl. Well, it might be morning for you, maybe. It's the afternoon for me. It's 12:18 p.m. I started the live stream relatively early this time because I was trying to get you guys into the live stream. I know sometimes when I start late, either nobody shows up or a few people show up. I mean, it's still a few people, but sometimes if I start late, there's a high probability if my English works well, that like very little people, if no one at all, will show up. So I was trying to like get a time And I did, thank God. Because if it's too late for me here, it's probably going to be way too late for people overseas. A lot of you guys are overseas. A lot of you guys are in Europe, you know, and over there. So our time difference is, well, different. It's like night and day sometimes. So it's 4 p.m. here in the... Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, wow. 4 p.m. Okay, it's not that different. I mean, it's different, though. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, like, y'all will be... I think y'all will be asleep way before I go to sleep. Definitely. So, yeah, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad I started it earlier. I had a hard time waking up this morning. I was very tired. I'm still tired. But I'm going to push through and make my YouTube magic. And I do want to take this moment to say I do appreciate everyone who has stayed subscribed to the channel. And I appreciate that. Because there's, you know, people tend to come and go when you don't put out a certain type of content at a certain time, or if you don't put out content for a minute, they leave or whatever. I'm grateful that the people that are here are still here, and I appreciate all of you. Y'all make this channel better just by being here. And so I want to give you guys good content and all that stuff. So y'all, thank you for being patient with me. And your boy's going to get back on the saddle with content as soon as I can. I'm going to try to balance out. I'm going to take your advice, Shiny's Noon. I'm going to try to balance out the reactions and the K-tubing. But I think I do know what my niche is. My niche on this channel is talking about stuff that people don't really want to talk about in K-pop because they just want, like, nothing wrong with that. But I think my niche really has become, we need to stop trying to have everybody bow down to, and you help a lot. You help a lot, Chinese Noon. I appreciate you. I appreciate Lauren. I appreciate Auntie Rob. I appreciate Gina. I appreciate Chirby. I appreciate all of y'all. I really do. I appreciate all y'all. Mama Moonlight. Appreciate Mama Moonlight. You know, I appreciate you guys. I really do. I hope y'all know that. I really do appreciate y'all. It was really, really tough when I started this channel. I had no freaking clue what I was going to do. But I'm glad that I found my niche. I'm glad that I chose to do what I chose to do. I have no regrets. Well, okay, I have one regret. I do regret starting this channel off as a reaction channel. I should have started this off as a K-tubing channel, but I did not know the first thing about K-tubing or what to even talk about, because I wasn't involved in stuff like that. But the more I started watching K-tube channels, the more I started watching Cookie Light and all these other YouTubing, K-tubing channels or whatever, K-pop news channels, talking about stuff that I was like, what, really? That goes on? That goes on in K-pop? Really? It kind of got me passionate. I knew it. I know that's what, when I saw your picture, I said, this is Chirby, isn't it? In my head. I said it. Because I have, you know, I got my YouTube Studio app, and I can see you guys' names Chirby, and then Cheryl, I think when I click your message or whatever, or your comment. And I was trying to remember, wait, isn't this Chirby? This is Chirby, right? Yes, you are Chirby. It's that Stitch, the Stitch picture. I'm learning my people. I'm learning my people. I'm happy that I'm learning my people. But yes, I can't remember exactly what I was talking about, but yeah, I do appreciate you guys is all I wanted to say. I appreciate y'all, and I will do even more things on my channel, so y'all just bear with me. And I appreciate y'all staying here. Y'all know. Can't say thanks enough, because this channel was like, again, I didn't know what I was going to do, and then I chose this. And then K-tubing entered into the equation, and I'm glad to be doing K-tube. And through K-tube, I've found some really amazing channels. And thanks to Teju introducing me without really, I don't know if it was in his intention or not, but introducing me to people like Chojimi. Then I saw Hoshining, and there's like so many other YouTubers, K-tubing YouTubers that I'm getting acquainted with. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So K-tubing has opened, I think K-tubing is what kind of gives me the community, more so than anything. And when I say community, I'm not talking about like you guys. I'm talking about like the community of other K-tubers. Reaction channels are literally, in my humble opinion, simply just reaction channels. And that's not to denigrate reaction YouTubers. But they are simply for the sake of enjoying a reaction. But I've always felt like I have something deeper in me to get out. And it's been made manifest in K-tubing and like really talking about what I believe and what I like and what I don't like and what I see that's going on. And I think lately it's been like kind of geared towards the black community of K-pop stans, because I'm black and I see what black K-pop stans are doing. Not all of them, but like there's a chunk of them. A chunk. It's not really true. I don't really know. It's probably a minority, but even so, that minority is very loud. So it seems like a lot of people. But I address those people within the black K-tubing or K-pop community, not K-tubing, K-pop community. And because of how they quickly label idols, you know, for stuff. And so it's become that. And I'm glad it's become that. And it, of course, probably paints a target on my back to be somebody who nobody likes to talk to, as far as the people that believe that what I'm saying is wrong. And, you know, the colorism video I did, which I constantly talk about, and I wish I would shut up about it, but it was almost like a struggle session. Like they were trying to check my loyalty to the black community and saying basically that if I don't align with the way that they see things, I am a traitor to my own community by saying that certain things are not colorist within context, or certain things are not cultural appropriation within context. Context matters. They don't like context. They don't care about context. They just care about trying to sound morally right without actually being morally right about things. It sounds good, but it's devoid and bereft of thought. And anything bereft of thought, I push to the side. Not in a like a dismissive way, because I am trying to hear what people are saying. But if there's nothing deeper than Well, they're doing it's because their skin color and their ethnicity is why we are telling you that you need to hop on board with what we're saying. That's that's just reverse racism, and I don't tolerate racism in any form, um, at all. Black, I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white, I don't care who you are. Racism is racism, and for black people to say that um, being racist towards white people or Asians is not, well, mainly white people, is not reverse racism because of what white people did to our people, blah blah blah. And the thing is, I wouldn't be talking about this if it wasn't K-pop related, but because they make it seeps into K-pop, that's a problem. That's a problem. Wouldn't be talking about it if it didn't seep into K-pop. People are like, why are you talking about this stuff? Well, because it seeps into K-pop. People are holding Asians accountable for stuff and hold them to a standard that they don't hold themselves to. And I gotta call that out. And I'm not doing it to, you know, I'm not doing it for rage bait, purposes or anything. I see something wrong, and I'm calling it out. And I think the only reason why some people might find it rage bait ish is because I'm like one of the few people that's doing it. Um, this channel could very easily have been a let's just talk about all the good stuff in K-pop, which I want to do. I want to talk about good stuff in K-pop, but I don't want to ignore the absolute monstrosity that is the holding people to a higher standard that are in the K-pop community and all that stuff. I can't abide that stuff. I want to enjoy K-pop too, but when it gets down to business, we got to get down to business, right? That's kind of how I am. I don't like to I don't know if it's a bad characteristic of my personality, but I don't like to avoid tough conversations. That might make me a glutton for punishment, but I don't like to avoid them. I think too often we avoid tough conversations just so that we can, you know, get along with everyone and be friends with everyone, and I think it's fine to just have a channel where it's just fun. I love those kind of channels. I think those are more of an escape from reality than anything else. But when people try to put reality into something that's supposed to be fun and it starts getting on my nerves, I have to talk about it. The thing is, I'm learning to talk about it with a little more grace and not yell and scream and how. Not that I did, but my voice, y'all know how my voice is. But I'm learning to talk about it and try to look at it from both sides. And I'm learning how to better communicate that by watching people like Cho Jimmy, Ho Shining, and people like them. So, I'm learning. I've been on YouTube for a while, but I'm still like willing to learn even from like YouTubers that have that recently started, because they have a beautiful ability to articulate what they're saying without being condescending, rude, or even the slightest inkling of condescension. They don't have it. They don't have it. And I want that. Sometimes I might sound because I am sarcastic. Okay, I am sarcastic. It was a defense mechanism when I was younger, and I used it, against people. Yes, I did. I am sarcastic, and I will get sarcastic. The one thing you don't want me to be is angry. When I'm not sarcastic, that's when people are in trouble. But with regards to more serious K-pop topics, I'm not sarcastic because there is a level of mutual understanding that I want my viewers to get from me, so that we can mutually understand where each other's coming from. And of course, me changing or bettering how I convey a message to you guys is not going to change a lot of people's mind. They're still going to be like, oh well, this is wrong, and you're racist, and you're supporting this, and you're supporting this ism, and this. Okay. But at the end of the day, these conversations, I believe, are important. And even though it may not save K-pop, I think it will help people, individuals, understand where to draw the line between right and wrong, and saying that every Korean or every Asian that does something is doing it with a negative intention all the time is wrong. It's just wrong. You'd have to know the person to make that conclusion, and you'd have to go off of, I don't know. Seeing a person wearing a do-rag does not mean that they're being some type of way. There's different levels to this stuff, and people just kind of dismiss logic and just go with like the very simple, well, if they're wearing it, they're racist, they're this, they're that. That's not true. It's not true. The world is not made up of people that if they do one thing, they're all racist. That's not true. I know what racism looks like. I know what cultural appropriation looks like, and I know how that is. I know how it is. I've seen it. So we've kind of dumbed down what this stuff is so that we could simplify it and make it easier for people to not be able to distinguish the difference between objective and subjective truth. My experience is not the experience of every other black person on the planet, right? So for me to say because I'm black, if I go through something, then every other black person has gone through it, that's not true. Not true. Okay? And ultimately, I just want the black K-pop community and the black community in general to realize that we are our ancestors' dream. They went to sleep in houses they did not own, dreaming about what we are, who we are, how free we are, right? Instead of waking up every morning to go to the field to be whipped because they didn't do something, or to be chased by, slave owners and stuff like that. They suffered dreaming about me. I am their dream manifested in present day. Okay? And I want the black K-pop community to stop throwing these burdens onto the white people of today, Asians of today, and all these other people, because I'm feeling a pain from the past, from people that, I didn't experience that. It's when we push these kind of ideologies onto other people, that's kind of where the problem comes in. So that's kind of where my trajectory has been going lately. Didn't plan for that to happen, but the more I see it, the more it bothers me, and the more I feel like I need to address it, bring some clarity to it. And that's kind of what the whole What Is Woke video is all about. And so I will be working diligently to get that video out to you guys as soon as possible. But it needs to be right. It needs to be just right and perfect. There's a few things I got to tweak and fix, because it is a very delicate subject. And then, of course, I'll be adding KTube with that. I thought I had to cut off the rest of my KTube content just to do that. I don't have to do that. I can do what Chinese Nuna has said and just kind of balance it out. There are some weeks where there may just be more K-tubing than reaction videos. Right? That's just kind of how it's going to be. There are some weeks where it'll be more reaction videos than K-tubing. So, I'm fine with that. See, that's kind of what I'm working on now. But I do want to kind of get these live streams to be a little bit better and make it more accessible to everyone. More enjoyable if I can do that. We'll see. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, I'm done ranting and raving. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, go ahead and say it in the comments. Anything K-pop related that you guys want to discuss or whatever the case. I'll pop back if you're okay. Thank you for coming, Chinese Nuna. I'll if I'm still live, then yeah, definitely. I'll see you soon. But yeah, enjoy your dinner, all right? Eat well. But yeah, if anybody has anything they want to say, talk about, I don't know if I'm going to keep the live stream going for much longer unless you guys want to say something. So if you guys want to say something, I'll give you the floor. If you guys want to add anything or talk about something specific within K-pop or whatever, I would love to hear what you guys got to say. So I will give you some time to type in whatever you want. And we'll go from there. I probably should have looked at the screen while I was saying that. Two screens going on. I got this screen down here and this screen up here. Same thing. But the camera's here. I know sometimes I do a little more talking than anything else, so I want to give you guys opportunity to chime in. I know there's not a lot of people here today, but you know, I always like to give you guys an opportunity to talk. I think once live streams get a little bit better, more people show up, I think it'll be less of a waiting game for you know, people, and it'll be more lively and all that stuff. That's kind of what I want to do, is create that lively atmosphere where I can joke with you guys. It's not always talk about serious stuff, but joke with you guys and have a good time. And I'm still not quite completely used to live streaming. It's still very intimidating, I feel like. A little bit. Because I'm like, I don't have like, I don't know. I think my brain sort of kind of cuts off sometimes. I agree with what you said about the racism remarks. The whole hair do-rag controversy is just silly. Why get angry over something like a hairstyle? We have so much more to worry about. Yes, there's so much more going on. And for people to get angry and to act as if they can't live their life properly or they can't go to sleep at night because some Asian somewhere in a whole nother country, a whole nother part of the world, is wearing a do-rag or whatever the case, is honestly very silly to me. You value cultural things more than people, and yet you say that you're calling them out because you care about them. But the way in which they do so, it says a totally different thing. It doesn't sound like care. It sounds like they care more about being self-righteous than they do about the person that they're talking or confronting or whatever. You know. I feel like the motivation is wrong. And then honestly, I feel like culture is worshipped like a god in, honestly, man, this is probably gonna get me in trouble. In the black community, there are those who worship culture, black culture, as almost as if it's a deity in and of itself. To the point where if anybody who's not black wears something, they get offended. And it's literally the opposite, and I've said this many times, it is literally the opposite of everything Martin Luther King talked about. K-pop should not be a platform for people to try to call out stuff that's not really worth calling out, because no one, I promise you, it's almost like I want to ask a question, like a series of questions to ask, how is this affecting you as like black K-pop stans? Are you not able to get a job because of this situation? Are you not able to sleep at night because of this situation? Are you having any symptoms of cold or flu, or do you need to take medication because of this? Are you suffering from like depression because of this? Is it causing you anxiety? Are you having any kind of physical problems or restrictions that would restrict you from doing certain things because a person from a whole other part of the world is wearing a do-rag or whatever the case? Or are you just doing this because you feel like you have a moral obligation to correct everyone around you? Right. It's not affecting me that someone else that's not black is wearing something that is predominantly worn by black people. I don't care. That doesn't speak to the character of the person. It doesn't speak to their character at all. All it shows is that they either, number one, are doing it to mock us, or they're doing it because they appreciate black culture and they like the hairstyle, or they like the do-rag, or they like this, they like that. And putting bars, hinges, and restrictions on what people are not allowed to wear is a form of oppression from people who claim to be oppressed, thus showing the power of the oppressed people by being able to put people in confinement within their own mind, within their own body, within their own selves. Your body, it's almost as if their bodies don't belong to them. They belong to us. You can't say the N-word, but I can, because guess what? I'm black, which is another racist thing to say, in my opinion. Give a crap if you're black, white, rich, poor, live in the projects, live in a mansion. The N-word is the N-word. It's a bad word. It's a very disgusting word, and I don't like it, and I don't use it. You know? And that's not me trying to correct people. I'm just saying I don't use it because I don't like it. Okay? I'm saying that if you're going to chastise a group of people who are not black for doing certain things that you claim are damning and destructive to the black community, then you need to take your own advice and stop it yourself instead of making music with the N-word just splattered all over it, and then Asians have to walk on eggshells and like consciously forget the N-word's there, even though every time they hear the song and they love the song, the N-word's there in like almost every sentence. And it's just like, does it make sense? Does that make sense? Like, I think it's more a compliment that they want to. Yes, I agree. I think that it is more of a compliment. As they say, imitation is the biggest form of flattery. Apparently that doesn't apply today because apparently imitation is seen as mockery rather than flattery. People think that they're getting mocked. It's only mockery if someone puts cornrows in and then says, who's not black, by the way, puts cornrows in and says, yeah, I just want to look hood and gangsta, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're letting you know what their intentions are for wearing that. They want to look hood and gangsta. Not saying that they don't have a right to wear the hairstyle. They have a right to their own body. They have bodily autonomy over themselves. We don't. But the consequence of saying that you want to look hood is basically, in a way, a stereotype of black people. If a white person comes up to me and I'm wearing a do-rag and they say, wow, I almost thought you were in a gang because, that do-rag, that's stereotypical of white people to tell black people that they look like they're in a gang because they're wearing a do-rag. That's a stereotype. So then why do we go and stereotype other people? Take your own advice. Why do you go and stereotype other people who aren't black for doing stuff as racist and cultural appropriating bigots and all this stuff? Why do you do that? Take your own advice. Really, take your own advice. I think that there are people, objectively, that do it for one of two reasons. Or I should say one of three reasons. Either they don't like black people and they just doing it to say, look, I can do it and, to mock us, make us feel like some type of way. Or they're wearing it because they like the hairstyle, they like the culture or whatever, and they wear it because they appreciate hip-hop culture or whatever. Or they just simply like their hairstyle and they're wearing it. Innocent, it's just innocent wearing the hairstyle. But in the eyes of some, I'm trying not to generalize, in the eyes of a group of black people, they're all guilty, basically. And that's just not the way you should view stuff. And again, I'm not trying to tell people what to think. I'm not trying to tell you that you should think how I think or else you're whatever. I'm not going to call you no names. I don't do that. It's not productive. I will say that I'm trying to show you how to think, which is for yourself. Put together in your head, come to the conclusions that you can come to, but make sure that the conclusions you come to are based on objective reality, objective truth. Don't use your experience as a way to justify your position that everybody that does one thing is racist. It doesn't make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. And in K-pop, this happens so much. And last year was a cesspool of it. I mean a cesspool of it. We, like I said in a previous video, we praise idols for wearing gender-bending clothing, feminine clothing, masculine clothing, androgynous clothing. We praise idols for this, but when it comes to certain other things, we like, So it's like, are we really progressing? Are we really progressing? Are we? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because we can't get the race stuff out of our head. You know, white people keeping me down. In America, I hear this all the time from black people. White people keeping me down. White people. The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God. He's famous for that. All of these people are famous for that. White people keep... Mind you, Charlemagne the God on his Breakfast Club show is sitting in a throne chair that looks like he stole it. I don't mean to say stole it. He's, you know, that the trope of black people stealing stuff that, you know they can't afford. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it looks like he nabbed it from Buckingham Palace. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. It looks like he nabbed it from Buckingham, or you know, Windsor Castle or something. Come on, you could afford that chair. So how are you oppressed, bro? How are you oppressed? Anyway, yeah, I just think that we need to think a little more critically about this stuff. And I just hear so many people talk about white people being the enemy and the villain. We're still how? I can go outside and not worry about the KKK coming for me. I can go outside and not worry about white supremacists standing outside my doorstep ready to burn my house to the ground. I can go outside and not worry about all this stuff. You know what I do worry about though? Black on black crime. That's very prevalent in Baltimore. What about police brutality? I'm more than likely to get shot by a black guy than to get shot by a police. Anyway, let me veer off of that. Let me not go. I'm trying not to get too political. Trying to get too political. Which is all the more reason why I think that politics don't belong in K-pop. Just leave politics out of K-pop. I wouldn't be talking about this stuff if they would just take politics out of K-pop, but they keep putting it in there. They keep putting in weird stuff that has nothing to do with anything. And I don't understand why black people are so offended all the time by every little thing. Again, it's not all black people. It's just, you know, the ones that are offended. I think a lot of the anger is ingrained. Wait, let me read that right. I think a lot of the anger is ingrained. I'm in Chicago, so those things are the same here. Yeah. Yeah. There's a statistic that says you're more likely to get struck by lightning than to get shot by a white person or a white cop or whatever. And I tend to believe that to be true. We have in Chicago, like you said, it's the same thing. There's a lot of black on black crime going on. Gang initiation, shootings, looting. Black people are good for looting. Walmarts and other like retail stores are locking products away that otherwise weren't even a problem to be locked away until black people started stealing those particular products, so they had to lock it away. And people, white knights, would make like TikTok videos saying, look at how racist Walmart's being for locking this stuff away. No, they're not being racist. They're protecting their money. That's money. And the truth is, that's number one. Number two, the truth is that black people do be stealing that stuff. They're not going after that cheap detergent. They're locking detergent, like good brand detergents, in my Walmart that I used to work at, Cockeysville. And in other Walmarts too, they're locking them. Why? Because black people are stealing them. So they got to. You know, they're locking some products in certain areas of Walmart because black people stealing them. It's not racist. It's true. It's a fact. And people would say that because I'm saying this, I'm being racist against my own people, and it's not true. You know, so many black people are like saying that white people keep me down, and white people are trying to stop me from achieving my dreams. White people, blah, white. No accountability on themselves whatsoever. No accountability at all. Everything's a white person problem. Instead of looking inward and saying, what is wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to prioritize? What do I need to work on? How should I better myself? How should I get ahead in life? None of that. It's always white people doing this. I try to get ahead, but white people, the average white person is not a millionaire. Average white person works at Burger King flipping burgers, a 9-to-5 job like you do, right? Like, I worked at Applebee's for 6 years with black people and white people having similar struggles that my family was having. Low to middle class. They were not millionaires. If they were, they wouldn't be working at Applebee's. Walmart, same thing. If they were millionaires, they would not be working at Walmart. So the average white person is not a millionaire. And I'm basing that off of personal experience, but I'm also basing that on objective truth. It is objectively true. Not every white person I meet is a millionaire. I'm sorry. And the ones that are, they ain't holding me back. They have nothing to do with me. As if my existence is literally that I'm marked for oppression from the womb to the tomb. And that I need to tell my children, beware of the white man, beware of the white man. They're going to hold you back. They're going to limit you. They're going to suppress you. They're going to try to, we were in slavery for 400 years and we're still in slavery. No, you're not still in slavery. What you are is you're enslaved in your own mind, and you need to get out of that mindset. And this mindset is being thrown onto other cultures that have nothing to do with today. We are free today, and yet we are holding everybody else hostage to our oppression. And I don't like that. K-pop, no exception. I don't like that. I don't like that. Holding everybody hostage because we're wearing phantom chains that aren't ours. I think I'm going to have to make another video called Phantom Chains, because I think that that should be a book. Phantom Chains. The American Society of Magical Negroes, I talked about this last live stream. It's another example. I'm not going to go into it. It's another example of black people trying to hold white people accountable for black people problems for today. I ain't got time for that. I'm living my life. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to be successful in my own right. I don't care about working twice as hard as the next white person. Screw that. I ain't thinking about them. I'm thinking about me. And I'm not saying that in a selfish way, but I'm not thinking about them in that sense where, oh God, no. No. I am who I am, and I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of being black. I'm proud of being a man, and I'm proud of being free. And yes, like you said, Cherby, life is too short. Life is too short for me to go around worrying about what the next man's doing. How the next man's doing this, the next man's doing that, and I gotta make sure I'm keeping up with this and this, that. I gotta compete. No. Too short to be worrying about an Asian wearing a do-rag. Too short to be worrying about, stuff that you claim is cultural appropriation. What life is not too short, though, to call it out and say that it's wrong. Right? Life is too short to let that stuff slide. And a lot of the times we do let this stuff slide because we either don't want to offend anyone. We want to be on we don't want to be on either side. Sometimes we want to ride the fence and say, listen, I don't, or for people who aren't black, and they feel like, well, because I'm not black, I can't really say anything. Now, no, you can't speak to the experience of black people. No, you can't. What you can do, though, is speak the objective truth. Period. I don't care. To say that white people or Asians or whatever, they're not welcome to the table where black people are, and just like they are not allowed to talk about truth. You're discriminating now because you don't want people to tell the truth. So you're discriminating against them because of their color? Wrong. That's wrong. They also pick on certain idols, some wear styles that are not, yeah. Give me an example, because I know that there are people that wear like certain styles. Actually, you know what? This is not K-pop related, but like in the underground K-hip hop world, there are so many Koreans, guys, and probably girls too, that wear like box braids, dreads, cornrows, all that. You would never know because the K hip hop underground is not as popular as K-pop. It's not as appealing as K-pop. So you wouldn't know. But there are people within the K hip hop underground industry that wear hairstyles like this. Nobody says anything about them because they don't know about them. They're not that famous. They're not that big of a deal in the West. But if it was that big, people would be going buck crazy to see so many Koreans wearing black-owned hairstyles. Black-owned. We own it. And then they talk about the history of how these hairstyles came to be, like the cornrows that I talked about in a live stream before. The intention of the cornrows has changed. We don't wear cornrows to hide food in our hair like the slaves did during the transatlantic slave trade back in the day. That's what they had to do. They wore those hairstyles for two purposes. Let me educate the people that may not know this. And I said this before, but in case you missed it, here it is again. Black people wore cornrows and different kinds of hairstyles like that for two purposes. Purpose number one was during the transatlantic slave trade, when they were being transported on the ships and stuff, they would hide corn, and not corn per se, but they would hide nuts and seeds and things like that in their hair so they wouldn't go hungry, right? They had to hide it, so they made cornrow hairstyles for the particular purpose of hiding that food. Number two, second reason why they did it, was because they were different patterns of cornrow hairstyles that they wore that actually gave away different routes to basically freedom. Different routes that you could take to it was a way of for black people to communicate with one another, the different routes to take, getting out of bondage or whatever. So it had two purposes. Question: do we wear cornrows for those two purposes that they were designed for? And the answer should be no. The answer should be no. So we should not be telling people that they can't wear a hairstyle because of, well, it's integral to the culture of my people. We ain't wearing it for the same reason that they wore back in the day. Stop this. Stop this. Do you see what I mean? Black people that say that Koreans need to educate themselves about historical stuff, they're not educated themselves. They're not educated themselves. They're just following a herd mentality. They don't know nothing about the half of the stuff that they talk about. They just believe that it's black owned, therefore you shouldn't wear it. Learn your history before you tell other people what they should and shouldn't do with their bodies. I was told for years that men wearing earrings is gay. I was told for years that a person wearing tattoo, that there's something wrong with being tattooed. I broke out of that mindset and got earrings and a tattoo because I wanted them. I'm not gonna let people tell me how to think and how to be. And neither should you. They had their reasons for why. This was a sign of slavery and Egyptian this, and they try to link everything. I'm not wearing it because of slavery or Egyptian stuff. I'm not Egyptian, and I'm not a slave. So we got to stop doing this. That's my point. We got to stop doing this to people. Some wear styles that are not commented on. I do agree with that, Sherby. Some styles are not commented on at all. Right? Actually, I don't know if you're talking like specifically about black-ish kind of styles, but I know that androgyny and stuff, that something that used to be commented on is no longer commented on anymore. Or men looking what a Westerners would consider feminine, and that's another thing. Westerns consider not all Westerns, my English, not all Westerns consider what like Asians do with beauty and skincare stuff. They don't all consider that feminine, but there's a group of them that do, and that's just because they're ignorant of the culture of like the beauty culture in Korea. And I'm not talking about like the colorist stuff, like that brighter is better and more desirable. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like the beauty skincare stuff. They think that that's feminine. I take care of my skin too. I mean, I don't want to have wrinkled skin when I get older, so I take care of it. I don't. How is that feminine? It's just weird. It's weird. The moral of the story is that cultures don't have a monopoly or anything. Exactly. That's the moral of the story, Chirby. Cultures do not have a monopoly on anything. Cultures are not owned, they're shared. If we're sharing hip hop culture with the rest of the world, and we don't hate or show racial bias against those cultures for adopting hip hop culture, we shouldn't show that in other things either. Chinese Nuna, people just like to nitpick on anything they feel like just to hear themselves. Yeah, they do. Just hear themselves talk. Absolutely. Just hear themselves talk because they love the idea of, how do I say this? I think some people do like to just hear themselves talk. I also think that a lot of those same people that like to hear themselves talk think themselves morally more righteous, which gives them the fuel, the zeal, the charisma to come out and be this loud about stuff that does not matter. And I think if people that were on the opposite side of that had the same kind of zeal and vigor, I think there would be a lot more pushback against those kinds of people. because there's people that are following after these guys' belief system and not thinking for themselves. And I want people to think for themselves. I'm going to give you what I believe, right? I'm going to tell you what I believe straight up. And I'm going to tell you what doesn't make sense about what what they believe. But I'm not going to tell you that you need to think the way I think. I'm going to tell you that, in my opinion, it's wrong to think that way. But I'm not going to tell you to stop thinking that way. That's something you got to make up in your mind. I'm not gonna make you do anything. And that's the problem with the opposite side. They want to make you believe what they believe. They want you to bend the knee. Colorism video, they wanted me to bend the knee. Otherwise, I'm supporting colorism. They wanted me to defend my race when they were actually wrong. Get rid of your common sense. Get rid of your critical thinking. Stop it. Just follow the herd. And I won't do it. I won't do it. Because it's stupid. You want me to get rid of my ability to think for myself. You want me to usurp my power, give it away to you because you're black? To hell with that. I'm not doing that for you. I'm not doing that for anybody. I am who I am. I'm not doing that for anybody. At all. I agree, Shiny Nuna. In regards to K-pop, they should just enjoy the music and not pick apart everything. Yes, I would love for people to just enjoy the music and not pick apart everything. But because people keep doing it, that I think that's what sparked people like Everglow Up to come out with the kind of content that she came out when she started, was that people kept making K-pop serious. That's why she did what she did. Now, what she's doing now is like, it's a whole nother thing. But when she started, that's what she did. She all this stuff, the picking apart of K-pop and trying to make it political and trying to make it all this stuff. And I think it was you, Shinies Nuna, who actually, agreed with me and said, hey, politics don't belong in K-pop. Yes, absolutely they don't belong in K-pop. This is why. Literally, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about the what stuff that I talk about if politics and K-pop stayed the freak away from each other. But they don't, because people in the West won't let it. There are also Korean netizens that are like kind of putting politics and K-pop in the same thing too. I feel like, I don't know if it's not as strong as the West, but there is something that Korean netizens do that is way stronger than what Americans do. Americans have a little more common sense to know that you shouldn't kick a member out of the group for allegations that weren't proven at all or were proven untrue. You shouldn't have to kick an idol out of the group. But Korean netizens demand that idols be kicked out because of allegations. Alleged stuff. Right? That's a no-no for me. I don't think that that's right. You can't just take somebody's life away from them, career away from them, because of allegations. Part of the cancel culture wave thing. I don't like that. The West kind of has that too, but it's on a different level. It's on a different level. K-pop, it's like, even in the Hallyu wave, you've got Korean actors and actresses being canceled for alleged stuff. Some of the stuff, now if they did it, let me be clear, if they did what they did, I don't think they should be canceled. I think there should be a different kind of repercussion, but not taking away their livelihood. I just don't like that. Unless they have abused their power and had done stuff like what Harvey Weinstein did. Or what the, I don't know if y'all heard about this. I think I might actually talk about this in a video. There was a famous Japanese producer who used his power to, how do I say this? To essay young Japanese boys that he made stars. He made them idols or whatever. But he would constantly take every opportunity to essay these boys. Right? And he died, and no justice. No justice at all for them. And he messed a lot of their minds up so much that they were thanking him even after his passing. Some of them. And there are a few that did say, hey, you know, he did this to me. He did this to me. There were a few that did come out and say that. But some of them were like, I did not, or at least today, I don't see it as what he did as being wrong. I just wanted to make him proud of me, and I wanted to make him happy, and I thank him. It's so messed up. I'm kind of skimming over a lot of details with that story because it's a very, very long story. That would probably be an hour-long video in and of itself, most likely, if I wasn't skipping any details. But that was sad. That was sad. No justice. Yep, it was me who said it. Yep. For getting married with a family. Yes, getting canceled for getting married and having kids. In Korea, and that's what they do in Korea. We don't do that. We see that that's wrong. Right? We see that that's wrong in the West. And Koreans get mad at us for calling them out. You're not Korean, so you shouldn't speak on it. No. Wrong is wrong. And if I see it and I hear about it and Americans are reporting on it, that's almost like saying that Americans shouldn't even report on Korean news because it's Korean affairs. Bull. Bull. They're all public figures. So, yeah, you can't tell me that I can't comment on it. It's public. The cancellation or the attempted cancellation of an idol for being married and having kids is public. You're not going to... Excuse me. If they want to come at all these other American idols, American celebrities, because they want to accuse them, some of them accuse them of exploiting BTS and using them for clout and all this stuff. Y'all got the right to talk about celebrities here in the West. We have the right to talk about what y'all doing over there in Korea. Tit for tat, baby. Tit for tat. And I don't mean to sound mean about it, but no, y'all got the right to do what y'all want, talk about how y'all want with our people. We can talk about what's going on over there. Excuse me. Yes, there are people, not puppets. Yes, exactly. And the fans view their idols as puppets. The company views their idols as marketing tools. The fans view their idols as puppets. And they think that they have some kind of autonomy over them to tell them, you're not allowed to go see your friends, especially the girls. Or if you're a girl idol, you're not allowed to go see any guys who are friends because it's going to make us feel some type of way. They can't even be free to see their friends because of foolish behavior from Korean netizens. I'm just waiting for them to target. I need to put my glasses on. I'm just waiting for them to target Hyuk, as he posted that he is getting married soon. I think he's the next. Yeah. See, this... Why do they target people? Why do they target people for getting married? It doesn't make sense to me. It's funny. Also, I wanted to bring this up. I'm going to come back to this topic, the whole marriage thing. But something that I thought about. Y'all heard about the whole Sohee allegedly kissing a guy in a romantic way, that people kept saying that it was romantic, as if to say that, ooh, be careful, so he's gay. Mind you, these are the same people that say that we should accept gays, and we should, like, being gay is okay and all this other stuff. These are the same people. Now they're trying to weaponize gay against Sohee, because in Korea it is taboo to be gay. So now they're weaponizing that part of being gay in Korea against Sohee to kind of mess his career up. And these are the same people that's talking about, oh, you should accept everyone. If they're gay, you can't do anything about it. You should just accept them and love them and all this. Yes, we'll support the LGBTQ. No, y'all don't. Not when you weaponize gay against Sohee. By the way, he's not gay that I know of. And last I checked, in Korea, it's very common for guys to show affection to other guys in a way that we don't show affection to guys here in the West. So for Koreans who know how this is, to do this is very, very disingenuous. Very disingenuous. It's ironic. Very disingenuous and ironic. And a bit moronic, and I have to be honest about that. It's wrong to do that to someone, and you know how the culture is in Korea. How dare you do that? It's so evil. I hope not. He deserves to have a life and to be happy. He's been in the industry such a long time. Yes, he has, and I honestly believe that if you're getting married, your fans, it's funny because how do I say this? You know who your real fans are once life progresses for you. You know who your real fans are. The people that really support you no matter what, through thick and thin, when life happens and progresses for you. When you come out as, I'm married, or I'm getting married, I'm getting married, that's when you find out the truth of who your fans are. Truthfully. And who were just there because they bought into the fantasy of, we're the ones that love you. We're the ones. We are. Us. We made the fan chants. Don't forget we bought your albums in bulk so that y'all could get nominated. Don't forget us. Oppa. Unhinged. Anyway. Jonghyun once kissed Minho during a concert. Minho was surprised, as he didn't expect it when he learned in. Okay, thank you. When he apparently, y'all, told you I got dyslexia. Y'all gotta excuse me. Leaned in to him as a joke. Thank you. There we go. Dyslexia. I saw an R there. There is no R. You know what's funny about that, Shiny Zuna? People have been saying that Jonghyun, even after his passing, people have been using like the whole thing, like him and Taemin being all close, fan service. They've been using all this stuff to say that Taemin is gay and that Jonghyun is either gay or bisexual. Right? I traveled into the world of Reddit, and I saw nothing but Speculation. Well, Jonghyun is bi. I think he's bi. I think he's gay. I think he's bi. I think he's gay. No, he had a girlfriend. No, but that doesn't mean anything. That girlfriends can be used as cover-ups. He's bi. He's gay. He's bi. He's gay. And I was just like, what? Why does this matter? Why does this matter? First of all, it's disrespectful to assume anyone's sexual preference without really knowing the truth. And then, so what if they are? Are you gonna like hate them because they are? Or like, what's the point in this? Pointless arguments. Pointless arguments. Taemin's gay. Taemin's gay. Yeah, Taemin's gay. Yeah. Funny enough, I don't believe that's true because the members were trying to protect Taemin from gay-ish behavior from hosts of variety shows who were much older than Taemin, and it was very weird behavior from grown adults to a minor joking about how they'll go gay, like they'll go gay for Taemin or whatever, or change their sexuality or whatever. And the members are like, okay, all right. You know, they had to protect him from that for a long time. None of them were gay. Jonghyun was Taemin's first mom. First mom. Yes, exactly, Shiny's Nuna. Exactly. So many people that y'all, Shiny's Nuna, I'm sure you probably remember this. You remember when they used to call Shiny Gainy? I don't know if you remember this. I don't know. You might know. They used to call Shiny Gainy to talk about just how gay Shiny was. Crazy. Crazy. These people be crazy. That was back in the day. That wasn't now. That was back in the early 2000s. Gainy. Wow. They had to protect him from bullying too, which is why they would... Yes. See, and that's what good members do. That's what good members do, man. That's what good members do. Like, literally, you want to talk about people who are basically considered family? Walking him to school? They didn't have to do that. That's amazing. And y'all are trying to tell me that Taemin and Key made like colorist jokes, you know, despite Minho showing concern about it for himself after everything that they've been through. I think Minho was more comfortable with it. I think black K-pop stans and darker skinned fans were not. And that, like I said, the only problem I found with that was that they said it live in front of millions of people, and they shouldn't have. That should have been a conversation between friends in private, not, you know, joking in private and not in public. That was the problem. And they shouldn't have done that. Because look at what happened. People are labeling them colorist and saying that those things are colorist without, you know, denying the context or dismissing the context involved because it was live. All this stuff happened because it was live. If it wasn't live, wouldn't be a problem. Because y'all wouldn't know about it. And they probably do this all the time. Minho's used to it, and Minho's very confident in his skin and who he is. And I respect that. I respect that. When your friends can joke on your skin color and be like just having a good time and just joking about like your skin color for a minute, and you're confident in who you are as your, you know, with your skin color, and you're comfortable in your skin, you don't feel intimidated or pressured or whatever, you don't, right? And plus your friends, so that's amazing. That's amazing. Taking everything seriously is is really turning everyone just too sensitive, and it's just, I hate it. Yes, I remember it. Yes, I remember it was because they were all so young and handsome. Right? It was for the dumbest reason ever, because they were young and handsome, and they called them Gainey. It was so dumb. It was so. Back when being gay was less accepted than now. So I will say there's a caveat to that. That was back in the day when gay was seen as absolutely terrible in Korea. Now it's not as bad. So I guess there's that. He makes him do the laundry and gardening. Whenever Minho visits him because he takes so long to get dressed. I saw little parts of the Taemin and Key. What was it called? Roommate something. They really are like a married couple. Those guys argue so much and get on each other's nerves, but it's like the funniest thing ever. And it's like back when they would get offended at each other and like want to fight each other. Now it's literally just they're so used to each other at this point. It's so funny. It's so funny. I Live Alone, the show. Is that what it was? I loved that. That was hilarious. Minho, both of them are like stone cold hungover from like the night that they drank. Sorry to leave. I have to get ready for work. Take care, guys. Thank you for coming, Cheryl. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good time at work. Thank you. Goodbye, Cheryl. But yeah, so many oh, and thank you for coming to the live stream. I really appreciate that. Really. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, they were getting, I think they had a hangover, right? And then Minho told Key to like bring some water, and he brings like seltzer water or whatever instead. But yeah, it's hilarious to watch them together. Yeah, like they are literally like a married couple arguing and picking on each other. Minho picked on Key about something. I can't remember what it was. Some kind of decorative thing or whatever. It was funny. Driving Key crazy, and Minho's like just enjoying it. I think that's another reason why I love Shiny as well. Is that the dynamic between the members. I love it. I love the dynamic between the members. I've always loved that. And it's not like there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 members in this group. It's 5 people, so it's easier to become more, I guess, invested in the group when there's like 5 people. Nothing against 7-member groups and 12, 13-member groups or anything like that. Just that it's so many people. So many people. And imagine that they all share dorms together. Like, but wow, I'm surprised. I actually did very good this live stream. As tired as I am, I actually did very good. I'm trying to figure out if I'm actually going to film the Bongshan thing or not. You know, when the light is hitting your face, it does also make you tired. Because you're like, you're just sitting here in front of a ring light that's like, and this thing is bright. It is bright. Oh man. Wow, we talked about a lot of stuff. Okay. We talked about a lot of stuff. Like I said, you guys, I appreciate the people that come to the live streams and talk and have a good time with me, and I appreciate that because you guys make live streams a lot more worthwhile. The whole purpose is to talk to you guys and not to talk to myself. So I really appreciate the people that are able to come out, and hopefully the people that aren't able will catch my live streams and be able to come in. Time is always a problem in that regard, but I'm doing my cross. I'm doing my cross stitch while listening. Ah. I think my mom learned how to do that as well, but she doesn't do it anymore. She doesn't do it as much as she used to. Trying to think of anything else that I want to talk about. I will say this though, to kind of cap off of that conversation, people should use like gay and stuff as a way to weaponize it against other people. I don't think it should be weaponized. If you're going to say that you are for the LGBTQ community, then just be that. Or if you're going to say that you're for the gay community or whatever, just be that and don't like try to use it. And I'm not. This is not really for Americans because we see what's going on and how they treat their idols in Korea, and it's just not right. It's just not right. It's not right. Even getting married and having kids, like I can't remember if Cheryl brought that up or if I think Cheryl brought that up. Getting married and having kids, that's not something that should be vilified, or you shouldn't be canceled for that. All the more reason why you still need to keep your job, actually. But they see it as a betrayal. A betrayal. But this is the thing. Companies are taking legal action now for something that's literally their fault. I don't know if anybody views it this way. It's kind of the company's problem because they created it by marketing the idols like this. So now you got all these people thinking that they have some kind of autonomy over the idols and telling them who they can see and can't see and calling them out for seeing this person and doing something with that person and dating. All this stuff. And I'm not trying to say it's completely the company's fault because people have the wherewithal to choose how to behave in situations like this. It has nothing to do with the company, but the companies do market and promote their idols as you're supposed to devote your service to the fans. That is who you are. That's who you owe gratitude to. And so you should show your devotion and your love and support for the fans. They are your date, your love interest. You're their love interest, blah, blah, blah. And that's how they market them. And so it's no surprise when you see K-pop fans basically, trying to control the idols and stuff. when companies make the idols that way. They market them that way. And then like I've recently been listening to a lot of K-tubing conversations about how companies assign personalities to idols, certain idols. And I was just like, I actually didn't think that deeply about it at first because I've heard about it years ago and I just kind of like forgot about it. It's been coming back into conversations lately. And it's kind of it's strange. It's strange to assign personalities to people that already have personalities of their own. Wow. That's strange. Ugh. But anyway, if anybody has anything else they want to talk about or add into the K-pop conversation, the floor is open. You can type whatever you want. You can ask me whatever you want. I will answer to the best of my ability. And if not, I don't know. I think I might end the live stream. But like I said, basically this live stream is pretty much dependent on if anybody wants to say anything. Because I actually didn't come in with any particular topic in mind. I've been very busy this week, so I haven't had time to actually look at any K-pop news or anything like that. I haven't been able to do that. So if anybody has anything they want to talk about, they used to assign official colors to groups too. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I forgot about that. They used to assign colors. Didn't they assign even like Shiny their colors? Now I don't know about the colors for EXO. EXO was assigned powers. I don't think they had the right to choose the powers that they had, but they were assigned power. It's all for like concept. It's all for concept. Even like the personality thing, it's all for concept, to sell a concept. But I don't like it because it like takes away the idol's ability to be themselves. You shouldn't have that much power over someone. But contractually, they're allowed to basically redefine your life for you. That's what it means by signing your life away to a company. You're giving them permission to literally redefine your life. They made them wear skinny jeans. I thought they wore it because it was popular. I didn't know they made them wear it. It's too bad because back in those days, I don't think tech stretch was a thing until later on. So I know that was hard to dance in those skinny jeans. It was the young look that they were going for. That's why they had them do that. I know, but oh, K-pop. Like I said, there's so much to K-pop. It's very simple, but there's so many different aspects of K-pop that aren't really talked about. Assigning powers, assigning colors, making the idols wear certain things. I remember Taemin said that he hated the long hairstyle they gave him for, I think it was Sherlock. Hated it. I don't blame him. I was like, I think I understand what they were going for now, but it was still like very... They made them wear it and the boys hated them. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I was saying. That the boys probably didn't. Okay, well, I figured that they probably didn't like it. Like, if you're made to wear something, I don't think you're gonna like it very well. I definitely am not gonna like being told that I have to wear something. I'm forced to wear something. that I don't want to wear. Well, they can wear whatever they want now. Kind of. Well, I'll put it this way. Taman and Onu can wear whatever they want. I feel like he kind of makes his own decisions now. Minho makes his own. I feel like they all make their own decisions now anyway. So, you know. But back in the day, yeah. Again, opening the floor for anyone who wants to ask me any questions about K-pop stuff. Since there are 4 people watching at the present moment, if you are interested in talking, of course, I'm not going to make you say anything, but if you would like to say anything or ask me any questions about K-pop stuff, feel free. Again, I'm going to try to spoof up these live streams a little bit more, make them more exciting-ish. Instead of starting it, starting it, and then I'm going to have like a starting soon screen and all that stuff later on. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm going to actually experiment with the Streamlabs. I do have the app on my computer, so I am going to try to experiment with it. OBS, I'll look into that as well and experiment with that too. So that we can see how that goes. Last call for anyone that wants to say anything. Last call. I'll give you some time to type if you want. But yeah, last call. Last call. After this 2-hour mark, I will end the stream if no one wants to say anything. Chinese Nuna, I do appreciate you being here, chatting with me. Seems like you're here just about every live stream, at least recently, and I do appreciate that. I really do. These live streams, did you hear the BTS Jin is now out of... Wait, what? Is now out of or almost out? Before he's... Really? That... I feel like it was not that long ago when he went in. I feel like it was not that long ago when Jin went in. That was like, what, last year? Has it really been, like... Wow. Time has passed. Wow. I didn't know that. That was fast. Well, I mean, the BTS members will be back in no time then. It doesn't even feel like it wasn't even an entire year. It don't feel like it was an entire year. That's interesting. Wow. And then the thing is that a lot of the BTS members still have content that's coming out even while they're in the military. You know, Suga has the Suga movie coming out. You know, my God, content pre-filmed content while they're in the military so that people don't, you know, I guess sleep on BTS while they're in the military. I think it's a very good strategy. I didn't think about that. But it makes sense. Yes, he was due to in the military in June, and Hope is due out in September. Wow. But I saw a post that Jin was already being set for discharge. Wow. The military is 18 months. Okay. What did they do? Like, did they shorten the amount of time that men spend in the military? It used to be 2 years. Used to be 2 years. Now it's like a year and like some months. Interestingly enough, even though military service ends, all of the guys still have to go back every now and then to do like certain things. They don't have to cut their hair or anything, but they do have to go back to do like I guess evaluation training or emergency training just in case, blah blah blah. So those men still have to go back in. I think it's cut off at a certain age, obviously, when you get a little older. But for the most part, the men still have to go back to the military base every now and then to take care of that. But yeah, I learned that recently. I didn't know about that before. But yeah, it's like the men are not officially out. They're just out of military service. The mandatory part. It depends on which part they go into, but with food service they can get released early. Minho had the chance. Minho had the chance. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's if you're like an active duty soldier, I think you definitely have to go back and forth every now and then. But I didn't know like if it is that the case that certain fields in the Korean military don't require you to come back. It kind of makes sense if you're like you said, if you're a cook or whatever, you're not gonna be required to come back. That's not like a thing. They're always ready to be recalled to duty at any time. So we do check. Yeah, and that's why they do it. I think is for the like just recalled to do certain things and then they come back, and it's like because they're still in the system. Yeah, they have to do that, check in and so forth. Yes, the social service area is not required to return, which is what Taemin did and what Suga is doing. Yes, okay. Okay. So public service working people don't have to come back. Okay, cool. Interesting. I didn't know that. Did not know that. I don't know why I'm throwing these glasses on. I can't see with these glasses on either because I didn't clean them. They're not clean. And I don't know how this stuff got on them. I must have sat them somewhere. Anyway. Hi, bro. Kylie. Hey! Hey, Kylie. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, my sister. Good to see you. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Oh my. Yeah, I don't know. I might actually rest for the rest of the day. And maybe work on... I might write a script for the Bongshan thing. Maybe I'll do that. I'll write a script today. I'll write a script, and then I will film it. I'll film the video. Maybe sitting here. I kind of prefer not to film it sitting here. Because I don't know. I do like doing that style here, but I kind of like it more when I'm not sitting here, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the volume or the way that the tone is, the way that the tone is on the K-tubing videos sounds very close to me. Whereas if I'm sitting here, it's a distance, and so you hear like an echo-ish kind of effect, which is not what I want for the K-tubing videos. I like to have the mic close to me when I'm talking. Then I add the bass boost. Makes it sound better. I like doing it that way because it's better. And then I can read the script like that and everything. But I'll make the script. It's not going to be a long script. It's going to be very short. I don't have a lot of points to make. There's not a lot to say about my points that I made in there, because all I'm doing is saying that a lot of the points that I made for not defending Bongshan, but saying that both Bongshan and the fans were at fault for Chansrum being closed. I'm refuting my own video and saying that now I see the light. I see the light. I don't think Bongshan is at fault nearly as much as I thought he was. To be honest, I don't think he's at fault at all now. Happy Easter to you too. And it's good to see you too. So yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do. I'm gonna write the script, and then I'm gonna film it, and then edit it and get it out to you guys. And I'll do that before I edit the video and upload the video about Rise. I strongly believe that the Rise situation has made my opinion change towards Bongshan. The whole thing, because I was like, wow, that's literally the opposite of what I thought about Bongshan, and now I'm starting to see the same problem is happening. Literally the same problem is happening, and I'm giving Rise more grace because it wasn't their fault. And I'm starting to see that regardless of whether you post a picture or whether you talk about something vaguely or otherwise, it does not matter, because people will take anything out of context regardless. So I'm starting to see the light, y'all, about Bongshan. I really am. And I love Bongshan. I never wanted to ever talk about how Bongshan is partially responsible. I felt like he was. And so that's why I talked about it. But I don't think he is anymore. I don't think he is. No. So I'm going to talk about that in the video. And I'm going to talk about the Rise situation. And I'm going to... We have a lot to talk about. I always forget to mention that the figurine collection behind is mind-blowing. Or really... It doesn't look all that extravagant right now because of the lack of lighting, but I can fix it. It's getting darker outside. It's getting darker outside, so I'm just gonna cover the windows and ta-da. You know he's a fan of Ryan Reynolds. Well, you're about to be distracted even more. Now that I turn the lights on, you're about to be distracted even more. A fan of Ryan Reynolds. Thank you so much, bro. You're welcome. Anytime. Yeah, I'm very happy to refute my own argument. So I'm gonna do that. That should be fun. You should try to make some working model someday. I would love to. I would love to. I'm very obsessed with Gundams. Like the master grade Gundams. I love Gundams. Bong Chan did a live with Ryan once. Oh, really? I did not know that. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to look that up and check it out. I see, and there's another problem I gotta fix on my live streams. Apparently, people can't send links. People can't send links on my chat. I don't know why. That's weird. I have to see if there's. I mean, I checked to see if there was some settings that were preventing that, but I didn't see anything. So I'll check again and double check, triple check, whatever. You should keep the precious smile with you always, bro. I will. I'll try. Yes, Bongshan did live, Ryan. I have a working clock and music box that I built. There are ones, and I think I talked about this before, but they have like some model kits of the different kind of castles in Japan. I want those model kits. I don't know where I'm going to put them because there's not a lot of space in my room to put a lot of stuff at this point. I have so many things. Like, literally, guys, my mom and I were talking. Behind me is a whole nother set of figures right here of my Batman collection. But I'm going to probably move them because I'm going to get rid of this dresser and replace it with a piano one day. So there will be live streams where I will be at the piano and all of the stuff will be over here with the piano and I will play some music for you guys maybe or whatever. Oh, wow. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Kylie. I usually try to... Thank you so much. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. I would love to do that. I think that would be great. I would love to do that. I need to have like my switchboard. Look, guys. I want to do some really good live stream stuff. Okay? I have a Novation switchboard thing. Launchpad, blah, blah, blah. That I haven't used. But it would be nice to use it. I just need to set everything up. And then I'll use it one day. So I can have like sound effects already here. I got it from college because they send you a launch box with all of the electronic stuff that you're going to need, microphone, which is what I have here and everything. That was for college, but of course, like I said, I dropped out of it, and I got to keep the stuff, but you know, I wish that I could have made it through. I am thinking and contemplating about whether I'm going to go to a school and get a degree again. I'm scarcely thinking about it, but we will see. Nothing's decided yet. I'm just thinking about it and looking into it, okay? Because I want to go to Korea and I want to take you guys with me. Take the channel with me to Korea and maybe even make a vlog, YouTube vlog channel. It'll have to be separate from Moonlight vlogs, whatever, blah, 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 blah. We'll figure it out. I would love to do that. That'd be amazing. And just work there as a creator. I'd love that. We'll see how that works. I've been thinking about it, so I'm kind of like, all these thoughts are dancing around my head. When I do get the piano, though, guys, I'm going to have to practice again because I am so rusty. I usually don't tell this story, but I have a little piano that was given to me, little keyboard rather that was given to me by a friend of the family. The keys are very small. The keyboard's very small. I was trying to practice playing on it, and my fingers are so not used to being stretched and moved in that way for so long that it was very difficult for me to play. And I think I got very upset to the point where I kind of cried a little. I'm being very honest, I cried because I love music and I love playing the piano. And I was never really that good personally at playing it. I played it for my church sometimes, for the youth praise team we had or whatever. That's where I kind of started getting more into it. But I taught myself how to play. I don't know how to like read music. I gotta go get back into reading music. I started learning that stuff in school, but now I gotta get back into it. But I think I'll do better getting back into it once I get a keyboard, so I can see the keys. I mean, I have a keyboard, but blah blah blah. I gotta get myself back in the game. Is what I'm saying. I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to play the keyboard. I taught myself everything. But I have a musical ear for stuff, so I can hear a tune and play it without knowing what it is. And people said it's a gift. I never thought it was a gift. I thought it was something that anybody could do. People kept saying it was a gift, and I was like, okay, well, I guess it's a gift. But I love playing the piano. It's a part of who I am. All right, that musician part of me is a part of who I am, and I want to share that with you guys in live streams and maybe even making cover content, be it piano wise. Maybe I'll do that later too. I produce tracks, like I said. I want to let you guys hear my tracks. I gotta get them copyrighted and everything. But we'll see. Yes, I would love to do a sing-along. That would be great. I'd love to do that. And even though my voice is bad, especially now because I've been talking a lot, I would love to. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you, Poppy. Welcome, Poppy. Welcome. Welcome. It's good to see you. It's very small, but it's all I can do for... So Justin, do movie reviews and or book reviews too. I think I'll probably do like a separate channel for movie reviews and book reviews. It might be my vlogging channel actually that I do movie reviews and book reviews for. Yeah. It might be that. I actually would like to do movie and book reviews. I like stuff like that. I actually do like stuff like that, guys. So, Chinese Nuna, I don't know if you are like a psychic or something. You're reading my mind. I love movie reviews, book reviews. I used to not care about it, but the more I liked it, the more I got into it, the more I started liking it. It's good to see you. Welcome, Poppy. One of the most mature young people that I've ever had the pleasure of talking to on my channel. Welcome. Definitely a suggestion I'm going to take into account. Chinese Nuda, just so you know, I'm taking that suggestion into account because I actually like movie and book reviews. Yes. Okay. Yes. It's very tiny. It's very small, but it's all I can do for the time being. Are you talking about the donation? Oh no, I appreciate your donation. Like seriously, thank you. Well, a keyboard, I love them. Nice. I appreciate your donation. Small or great, doesn't matter. The fact that you even donated, I appreciate that. That's like support on a whole nother level. Like, don't like I never discount small donations or big donations, or or view great, like bigger donations greater than smaller donations. That's your money. Then that you would donate that, I appreciate it. Like, I'm new to donations. Obviously, I'm new to donations. That doesn't normally happen to me. So when I see it, I'm just super grateful. Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate that. Um, wow, a keyboard. I love them since my childhood. My dream to own one, but not quite yet. Got you. I got you. Hopefully you'll own one. It's fun to have a keyboard. It's even more fun to practice playing it, and it takes a lot of patience, but everything that is worth something takes patience and time and dedication to master a craft. So I have to get back to like learning how to actually move my fingers through the keyboard and through the piano. I need to do that. I need to get to that. So I don't mind starting over with more of an understanding, because I think it'll make me a better piano player and a better at understanding musical notation. And it might actually enhance my critiques of K-pop songs by addressing the certain musical notations perfectly. I think that would be great. Then I can finally put on the title of my videos, musician reacts to, instead of my reaction to. I am still a musician anyway. Like, I am a musician. I've been a musician most of my entire childhood on up to adulthood. Love playing the piano. Love it. But I want to hone my skills to a point where I don't feel ashamed in calling myself a musician truly. Okay? I can play, I know what I'm doing, but I still want to better my craft. I don't feel like I deserve the title of musician. But I am a musician. And amateur producer. I want to get back to that. I want to get back to all of that. I want to write songs. Did you know that the first instrument Jonghyun learned was the bass guitar? I think I read about it. I think I read about it. Was it the bass guitar? Wow. Okay, I think I did read about that. That the first instrument that he played was a bass guitar. I used to think that it was a piano, but then I read about it. It said I can't remember where I saw it, but it said that the first instrument he played was a bass guitar, and I thought that was very interesting because he's called the bass of SHINee, and he, I love that, by the way. I do love that. He's called the bass, and his first instrument that he played was the bass. It makes sense. It all makes sense. It all comes together. With the bass guitar, then he did piano and normal guitar, and was a genius with the kazoo. Yes, the kazoo. Oh, the kazoo. Hi, Poppy. Hello. Nuna, really, that's awesome. Favorite books you might want to read is Laurel K. Hamilton's Anita Blake. Okay. Dark Hunter series. Okay. There's a lot of so okay. Like I said, I love movies and books, and there's a lot of books that I want to like read and get into and talk about and review. Movies as well. I'm probably gonna have the vlog channel maybe tied into that. Maybe, I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to tie a vlog into the same video as the book thing, right? Have a segment of the vlog where I'm talking about my favorite book that I'm reading at the time and what, I think that would be great. And they'll all be time stamped. That would be great. That's a brilliant idea. Talking about Lord of the Rings is one of my biggest things. Talking about talking is one of my biggest things. Talking about the lore of Middle Earth is one of my biggest things. I'm a geek. I really am a geek. I love talking literature. I love, more so than C.S. Lewis. I still love C.S. Lewis stuff, but I love Tolkien stuff way more because there's so much. There's so much. There's so many books. The Unfinished Tales, the Silmarillion, the Children of Húrin, of course, the Hobbit books that you guys know about, the Lord of the Rings, and all that. But like going back in time to the Unfinished Tales, the Children of Húrin, the Silmarillion, all those books. That's like the base. I'm definitely going to talk about that stuff on a channel, another channel. It's probably going to be a network. Oh my God. I'm probably at that point going to need to hire people. Let's hope to God that this channel does well so that I can financially bring in some dough and hire people to help me manage all these channels and bring in people to help me edit stuff. Because running all this, there's no way on God's green earth. There's no way on God's green earth. I have a lot of ideas. I also love Star Wars, so I'm definitely going to make a Star Wars channel talking about Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love all this stuff. So I want to talk about that too, in like other channels. So definitely, yeah, a lot of plans. Art channel for art and all that. Let me see what you guys. Not all. No, it takes like you. Indian money has very less value compared to U.S. dollar. Yes, that's how SM scouted him while playing in... Wow. I can't do video editing, and I can't do video editing, and... Oh, but I can do Photoshop editing. Video editing is not hard, but it is definitely... Because I thought it was going to be difficult. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do YouTube. It actually is way easier than I thought. You just have to get used to and look at some tutorials and things like that. But other than that, it's actually not hard. The hard part is timing. Timing. Because you need to be able to have a video out at a set time. I mean, of course, you're giving yourself the time, right? You're creating your own time, your own schedule, but to make sure that people are still engaged and are not like contemplating leaving your channel, or like make sure that the views stay. It's all about it's almost like YouTube is designed to be a business type thing anyway. managing yourself, managing your time, managing the likes, the views, telling people to subscribe to your channel, telling people to click the notification bell, telling people to share the video, telling the people to do all this stuff, because it is, in many ways, it is how your channel grows and the viewership and everything. So that's but one aspect. But like, going back to the editing part, in order for all of this stuff to work, the editing process has to be on point, where you are editing a video, even if it takes you a day to edit a video or whatever. Some people are fast at editing. I'm not. I'm very particular, and I'm very nitpicky, and I have to look and overanalyze everything, and my brain is just very special that way. And I don't say special in a good way. It's just very special that way, where I just have to over analyze everything that I do and everything that I put into a video. It has to be perfect. I don't want to release something and then I like, oh, I should have added this and I didn't. It has to be perfect. So I sometimes take my time. But with regards to like all of the whole functionality of your channel hinges on you being able to upload the videos within a pretty good window of time. So timing is very important. Very important. Sometimes I drop the ball on timing. Honestly, I'll call myself out for that. Sometimes I drop the ball on timing. I do. When you're a one-man show, it really is hard. Especially when you're not doing just one kind of content. I'm doing K-tubing and reaction videos. Two totally different kinds of YouTube content. Or K-pop YouTube content. So it's really hard to balance the two and to have this out. And then you got people requesting reactions. Should I do the requested reactions, some of them this week, and then say, okay, let's do K-tubing the next week, and then go back to reaction? Like, you have to plan all this stuff, and building this routine can sometimes be very, you know. Then you want to ask the viewers, like, well, how do you feel about the routine? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Maybe I'll change it. And it's like, of course I want people to give their feedback, but at the same time, it's like, I need to be able to do what I know I can do so that I don't overburden myself. Then, of course, if the viewers like are partners or members on your channel and they're paying money for like certain things, you got to make sure that you have those specific kinds of content for the members. Make sure that's done too. YouTube is a monster of a thing. Monster of a thing. Really is. Happy Easter all. It's 12 a.m. now and it's Sunday here. Happy Easter to you, Kylie. You and your family and your son. Happy Easter to you guys. But, is that daytime, Kylie, or early? So, yep, that's what YouTube is. So, you just gotta brace yourself for that. If you ever want to start YouTube, and you want to, like, be serious about it, oh, brace yourself. Brace yourself. But it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Oh, absolutely, I remember. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have not forgotten. I have not forgotten anything. I've not forgotten anything that we've talked about in private. I don't bring up a lot of stuff in public because I'm not sure if you're okay with that or whatever. So I don't say I don't say anything that people aren't okay with in public. But I do remember your son, and I do hope that he's doing well. I do. Love you too, Kylie. Love you too. Wow, wow. We are almost at the 3 hour mark. How amazing is that? Wow. We are almost at the 3 hour mark. I'm glad that I didn't end the live stream when I was going to initially, so that you guys could come in and have a chat and have more time to talk. Weirdly enough, I say that I try to do the stuff earlier so that more people can come in, but it seems like the majority of you guys come in when it's later. Time flies, and yes. Yes, it does. It's like time is flying so fast that it's going to be Moonlight for real. But yeah, I was looking into some. I'm gonna look at the OBS Shiny Zoom. I'm gonna look into that on my laptop, and once I take care of everything with my cell phone, I'll look at OBS for my phone as well to see if it's something I want to do. I already have the Streamlabs app, so I'm gonna try to use it maybe. But I'm gonna look into OBS, and if it's better than Streamlabs, I'll definitely use OBS. I've heard a lot of people use OBS, but I haven't heard about OBS in a while. So I will look into it, and I'll see what I like, what I think about it, and I might use it for live streams. I think live streams could be so much better than they are, and so I want to make live streams a good experience. The starting soon screen, the ending soon screen, live stream, offline, things like that. If I see something, articles or whatever, and I can screen share them, show you guys what I'm looking at on the screen, make my screen small. I want to do that. I want to make the live streams a little bit better than they have been, so we can go over stuff. That's my plan. Thank you so much. I'm happy I joined you as your live broadcasting. Yes. I'm happy you joined as well. I'm happy for all of you guys joining. I'll find it useful, especially if you're using on computer, and you can teach yourself to use it by doing okay. Yeah, I'll probably do the free version. I mean, I would like to do the paid version because you probably get more perks and stuff, but I'm broke. So it's gonna have to be free for me for now. It's gonna have to be free for me. But I will definitely look into OBS. Definitely look into OBS. I mean, what I got now is Prism Live, but I thought you could connect Prism Live. I think you can, and I think there must be a Prism Live for the computer too, but I don't know. I thought you could connect Prism Live to Streamlabs. I haven't seen anything showing that you can. Maybe I'll look up a YouTube video to see if it's possible. If I can, then I won't have to bother with my Logicam, because I bought this Logicam, and it's great, but for my laptop, it's not that great. And this is the reason why a lot of the earlier live streams I did were having issues pausing, stopping, you know, all that stuff. I don't got time for that. I don't want to deal with it. I think it works better on desktop, so I will use the Logicam for desktops. When I get a desktop, I'll do that. Great camera though. Great picture and everything. Great features too. But I'm gonna try to use. Actually, while we're talking about it, I guess I'll go to the App Store now while we're talking about it and look at OBS. So, and then I'm gonna probably also make. I don't know if I'm gonna make a game channel or if I'm going to just do live streams where I'm hanging out with you guys and playing games. Right? We'll see. But there's a YouTuber friend that I have. His name is I call him Mochi-san. Mochi-san. He is Japanese gamer. He plays a lot of Elden Ring and Dark Souls stuff. And he made me a mod, surprisingly, on his channel. Because I show up all the time. I love his channel. I love hanging out with him. He's fun. I don't understand what he says a lot of times because I don't know Japanese, but I do communicate with him by translating my Japanese to English, well, my English to Japanese, and I translate other people's, Japanese to English so I can understand what they're saying. And we kind of communicate, him and Mochi-san and me, we communicate that way. But I love hanging out with him. He's funny. He's cool. And he was like, are you going to make a game channel? He actually showed up to one of my live streams and asked me if I'm going to make a gaming channel. And I said that I will, because I really do want to. Not just because he asked me, but I really do want to make a game channel. Either that or I'm going to do live streams where I'm doing gaming. And you guys will be there. And maybe I'll play like a co-op. When I get Elden Ring, I'll play co-op with Mochi-san on some stuff, some missions, if I want to hang out with him and do that. I would love to do that. So that's a plan. That's a plan. And the gaming channel is just to hang out with you guys and chill, play games, joke around. I don't get to do that a lot on my channel because I feel like everything is so serious, and people don't get to see the jokey side of me and being funny and sarcastic and stupid acting. I can do that with games. I can't do that with a lot of other stuff, but I can do that with games, definitely. So I would love to do that. Mochi-san, I love building YouTuber friendships. I don't know. A lot of people have said on YouTube channels that it's like either it's for business purposes or it's to connect with people who are doing the same thing to I guess network or whatever. I don't think about that in that way. Like, as far as the K-tubing community, I think about building connections with K-tubers who are genuinely... I have to look at the character of a person before I, And I think everybody who has moral compass, I guess, views things this way, friendships, relationships, things like that. So K-tubers I view the same way. Ho Shining is a really sweet person that I'm getting to know more and more through, like, sometimes she'll show up in my live streams, and she's another like K-tuber who is amazing K-tuber. I love Ho Shining. Chojimi, who I talk about all the time, it seems like. There's some other ones too that I'm going to try to like highlight more and more of in the future. Building communities like this for K-tubing is really important, I feel like. It's very important. And I think I might even make a video talking about the importance of building up a community and why a lot of people feel, even me, kind of felt like, I feel like I'm drifting into a whole other conversation that I wasn't trying to drift into because I was talking about something else. But anyway, I want to talk about building a community and why building a community is important on just honestly any community. But I'm glad that it's the K-tubing community because I just feel like there's so much more common sense minded people, except for like the few people that I've seen on K-tubing that it's not that I don't agree. It's not that, how do I say this? It's not that I don't agree with them. And there are things that I really don't agree with some K-tubers, but it's mainly like the ones that are like super big channels that have a view that is like way outside of, I would never think to say some of the things that come out of their mouth. And some of it sounds very insensitive and very weird. And then I find out that they're all basically in the same community clique, so to speak. And that's why they all talk the way that they do. And I'm like, I worry about that aspect. And then there's this tribalism thing that comes into play with some of these communities, gaming communities, anime communities, manga communities, comic book communities. There's all this tribalism, law tubing, tribalism. And I don't like that. I hate tribalism. I hate it. I don't want that. But what I see with Chojimi and what I see with people like Ho Shining and Chojimi and all these people, I don't see that. I see genuine wanting to understand what the other side is saying whilst having their strong opinion and take on what they believe in. And willing to be like, okay, I'll concede this point because I think this is a valid point that you made, and not being so stubborn and so obsessed on being right about something that they are shutting out everyone else who disagrees with them. Chojimi and Ho Shining and people like them, K-tubers like them, they don't do that. And I appreciate that. I see so much of it now in K-tube, especially with the bigger channels. It turns me off from ever watching their content. But I like where this new breed of K-tubing is going, and I want to be a part of that. That's what I wanted when I started K-tubing. I want to give people an opportunity to say what they want, but not to try to tell me, try to convince me that I'm wrong or whatever in a way that's very, I don't like that kind of thing. And I don't like the tribalism stuff. I see a lot of that. And so I see with people like Ho Shining and Chojimi, they have a genuine nature to them that even if I don't know them as even if I'm not as close to them as, to say, I guess, whether they are good people or not, or whether they're genuine people or not, I think I've seen enough in their content to be able to discern that they're not people that have attitude about stuff. negative attitude. They're not people that are trying to like rage bait or they're not trying to do anything that would cause the K-pop community to plummet into even a worse state than it already is, with all of the nonsense going on in K-tube and K-pop and all the stuff that have been injected into it. They're not about that, if that makes sense. I'm trying to explain this in the best way I can. I think that's why I appreciate these new K-tubers coming out. And I'm glad that I can count myself as one of them. And I want to show up for them like they show up for me, and I want to support them like they support me, and I want to I want to build that kind of community with them, that a kind of community where people who may not agree with us don't feel isolated by us because we have different views. I want everyone to be able to synergistically live within this space that we are creating as K-tubers, if that makes sense. Where you can disagree with anyone and still be cordial, casual, friendly, kind, right? I want that. I want that. And we don't have that a lot in K-pop and in K-tubing communities because there's so much divisive intent, or just to like videos being put out just to trigger a certain group of K-pop people, right? For clicks and views and stuff. I just want to build a community where people feel comfortable. I think we use the word safe a little too loosely. Obviously safe, because I don't want people coming in here with bad attitudes, calling people names, talking about people just being weird and stupid and unhinged. I don't want that. So yeah, safe place to come and just live together as a community, breathe the same air without being offended at someone for having a different opinion. That's what I want. That's what I want. So that's what I'm going to create. That's what I'm trying to create. And that's what I see clearly that Chojimi, Hoshining, and so many others are trying to create. They're not trying to create discourse. They're trying to create what Chojimi says is balance. And I think the best way we can do that is to allow people the opportunity to express themselves without policing them, or without being policed ourselves and told that we're istophobes for not standing up for the black community, the black K-pop community, because they feel some type of way about what I said about color. They consider colorist and all this stuff, and that, I want to be able to have a space where we can have common logic conversation. And even, like I said, even if you disagree with me, that's okay. Just don't attack me as a person or attack my audience. Let's not attack each other. Let's just listen to the arguments and then push back on the argument if you feel like you disagree with something, and then we can talk about that. We can talk about that. And if at the end of the day we agree to disagree, that's fine. As long as we build a healthy community where we can just do that. And I feel like in K-tubing we don't have a lot of that. It's been closed. It's almost been gatekept. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with gatekeeping, but gatekeeping people from having an opinion that's opposite you, that's the problem I have. That's the problem I have. Okay? One of the biggest problems I have, gatekeeping a community and telling them, if you don't believe what I believe, you're an ist, you're a phobe, you should go to hell, or something dumb like that, right? We should all have if we all had the same opinion and the same mindset about everything, wouldn't conversation be boring? I'd love to talk to people who have an opposite opinion of me on things. As long as they're being respectful to me and I'm being respectful to them, that's all that matters. That's all I want. And that's what these new K-tubers, I can tell that that's what they want. They don't mind pushback as long as it's respectful. And it's said in a way that does not cause people to have fan wars. You know? That's what I want. So that's what Moonlight Antonio is here for. And that's what Chojimi is here for. I can tell. I don't have to know him personally to be able to tell that that's what he wants. All I gotta do is look at his content and listen to how he says things and listen to the way in which he conveys his opinions and his thoughts. No vitriol, no calling people names, right? Calling people out of their name. No, no, like, I guess severe sarcasm. No ill intent. Hoshining, same way. And what I like is that people like Hoshining, to focus on Hoshining for a minute, she'll say what she believes, regardless of whether you like it or not, but she won't do it in a way that will trigger you to be angry. If you're triggered to be angry even after watching a video, I think that's more of a you problem than a her problem, because she has a really good way, an eloquent way of saying what she needs to say about Kate. It could be the simplest topic, and people will take it so seriously. And I've had that happen to me too. So I want us to create a space where it's okay to talk about what we disagree with, but coexist. If we can still disagree and yet coexist within the space, that's a beautiful thing. Something that a lot of communities nowadays, sadly, because of censorship, don't allow. I want to allow freedom of speech here, as long as you're not trying to insult a person, call people out of their names, disrespect them, call them stupid for thinking a certain way. I ain't about that. And I'm telling you right now, I am a pretty chilled, laid back dude, but if I see crap like that in my comment section, that whole conversation is deleted. Like, I'm not playing any games this year. Not. I tolerated it last year. Not this year. Herd mentality folks coming in and telling me about myself. Telling me that I'm a racist against my own people. Telling me that I'm a colorist supporter. Telling me all this stuff. From one video. Finally, and then I make another video to clarify everything. And no one says a word. Why? Because no one cares. They already have their view about how they feel about me. Instead of having civil discourse, resorting to calling me things that I'm not. Whatever. I don't really care about being mislabeled. Just don't call me names. And listen, I don't even care about people calling me names. It's just that if you're willing to call me names, I'm thinking about my viewers. If you're going to call me names, you're going to most likely call them names for having the slightest disagreement with you. And I have to protect my viewers and let them know that this is a place where you can be heard without being demonized for your opinion. I have to defend that. As the owner of this channel, I have to defend that. And I will. I will. So I think that's how we all feel. I think that's how all of the KTubers that I am coming across now, I think that's how we all feel. And I do want to say a huge shout out to Teju, because Teju was the one who kind of, honestly, I'm glad he didn't listen to what Cheryl said, Everglow Up. I'm glad that he didn't listen to her, and he did like apologize for like saying that. And he didn't have to do that, but the fact that he did that says a lot about him as a person, and I respect that. I respect that. And Teju's a bigger channel than people like me and newer KTubers, right? But so for him to do that, y'all don't know, that's big. And it shows a level of vulnerability, awareness, humanity, and the longing to clear the air and correct any misunderstandings so that the community can be okay and we can move forward with having more conversations. And I appreciate that. And it's really a model for like how I want to conduct myself, right? If I'm wrong about something and I don't want to be too prideful because of who I am as a KTuber, that I don't apologize when apologies are due. You know what I mean? So I just think that people need to, and like I said, I've talked about both aspects, the viewers and the creators. There's problems on both sides, y'all. It ain't, the viewers are just terrible and unhinged. No. Or the creators are the real problem. No. Both are the problem. And a negative or a pessimistic creator facilitates negative and pessimistic viewers that have their viewpoint and then spread weird hate to other people that disagree with them, thus creating herd mentality, behavior, mindset, communities. And I'm not for it. I want to create a positive community where we can think about realistic stuff and not be so hyper focused on subjective perspectives, right? I don't want to view subjectivity as objective truth. And I will not do that here on my channel. Okay? My personal experiences only speak to my personal experiences. They don't speak to the overall objective reality of the world. And when people place their personal experiences on a pedestal as an idol to be seen, revered, admired, and worshipped by the masses, and forsake objective truth, we have a problem. So it's bigger than K-pop. It's how we view things. And I think that's what's the problem is here. What's one of the big disconnects. It's one of the big disconnects. So that's what I want to do. I know I've talked a mouthful. I apologize, or maybe I don't apologize. Maybe I don't. Because I feel like this is what needs to be said. And so I'm just telling you guys, that's why I appreciate people like Teju for doing what he did. Chojimi, he introduced me to Chojimi without knowing, inadvertently. He was just like, if you want to check out what he said. And I was like, wow, Chojimi really has a heart for people in a way that I don't normally see KTubers behave. It's almost, I don't know, it's very alien to me to see this kind of behavior. And I want it to become normal. So I think it's a problem that is alien to me. And it shouldn't be a problem. It should be normalized to be able to see both sides of an argument, still hold true to your side without without somebody trying to have you bend the knee to their thought process, but also respecting that that's what they think, that's what they believe. But if I feel like it's wrong, I should be able to say it's wrong. If you feel like how I view things is wrong, you should be able to say you're wrong without me telling you, oh, well, then you're a racist for this. But if it's objectively true that what you view is racist, I'm not going to sit silently and say it's not racist. If I think that categorizing a group of people who aren't black and saying that if you put on a do-rag or you wear cornrows and you're not black, then you're being racist, you're participating in racial acts of discrimination against black people. I'm not going to say that's racist. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not racist. I got to be honest. It's my opinion, right? You know, you can't say the N-word, but I can because I'm black. Well, now you're judging people and limiting people from what they can and cannot say based on their color, and now you're participating in the very thing Martin Luther King said not to do. You're doing it. Now you're being racist towards them. Racism combated with racism breeds more racism. Making movies with racist propaganda and then saying that we are still trying to fight for equality? How are you trying to fight for equality? By propping up racism again. Stoking the fires. I'm not denying that there are racist people in the world. I just think that we keep putting this stuff on the pedestal so much. We're doing it so that people can be aware. They need to see us. They do see you. But you can't change everybody's mind. There are people that are racist towards us, and there are people that are not. And you can't lump them all together because they're all doing one thing, and you think it's racist that they're all doing one thing, so you call them racist. Even if they tell you that the reason why they're doing it is because I respect hip-hop culture. No, you're not. You're just making it up as an excuse. Take them for what they said. When their actions prove to be the opposite of what their words have said, then you can say something. When there's proof that comes out that they actually are being racist, then you can say something. You can't just make an assumption just because you see a bunch of other people do it. There are some things that are black and white, and there's some things that are gray. Some things that have different colors to them. Different nuances. Everything's not black and white. Everything's not black and white. But anyway, that's why I like Chojimi and Ho Shining and all these other K-tubers that are coming out, because they see there's more. There's much more. They're not generalizing. They're not putting people into categories and camps. And they're not doing it based on the color of their skin. They're not doing it because of the color of their skin. So I appreciate that. And I think we need more of that. Whew. All right, that was a long rant. I'm done. That was the best way I could ever explain it. And I kind of feel bad because I should have put that into video format. But there are some ways that I can only say things once in a certain way. And if it's flowing out of me, I may as well just let it flow and say it right then. Because there's no way that I'll be able to put pen to paper and write it as good as how I've said it just now. There's no way. I mean, there is a way, but like I have to think a lot more about what I said, and like maybe I'll rewatch the stream and then write it down and then make a video talking about it. Because live streams honestly don't reach a lot of people as much as videos do, like YouTube videos. Unfortunately, because the YouTube algorithm doesn't push live streams as much. So maybe I'll take these words, put them into video format, and make a video. And just say everything that I said in this video, how I feel about what the positive side of K-tubing, right? A perspective that doesn't have to be right, but just has to be simply a perspective that's based on objective truth. Which I guess I'll put it this way: the right perspective is the right perspective is the perspective that focuses on objective truth. That is the right perspective. I'm not going to sit here and demonize people, however, for having what I would consider to be a wrong perspective. I would think they would probably need to do a little bit more thinking about it. And that's why I say what I say, so that people can have time. Like, people can have an opposite thought to think about and chew on and let that marinate in their minds and in their, in their conscious, in their subconscious, and think about, okay, that, yeah, maybe he's got a point, or maybe, I don't know, let me think a little more deeply about what he said. And I like that. I like that. So I want to give that kind of space to people on my channel. And that's the overall goal. I know I have talked so much. So if anybody has anything they want to say, go ahead and say it now. You're creating tongue twisters here, Moonlight. Yes, I am. I am. The way that this is the way, see, my mother is like, she said, Avery, I just love how you talk. I just love how you talk. You have such an eloquent way of speaking. And I think the reason why she's so proud of like how I speak is because I grew up in special education and my speech was terrible. I couldn't talk for nothing. I mean nothing. I had a really hard time. My special education teacher helped me to articulate my words better, make sure my thought process was right, to, think before I say it and say it with confidence and all this stuff. She taught me that. And I guess the reason why I see things in a different light, that not everything is racist, is because a lot of white people helped me out. Maybe that's why. But I will say this, I try not to put my objective experiences into my reasonings as to why I believe that something's not racist or anything. It's not just because I experienced kindness from white people. And so that's why I believe that it's not, that that's not why, no. I don't put my experiences in this. I talk about my experiences, tell you why I believe what I believe, but at the end of the day, the truth is there are two kinds of people in the world. People that do things for evil purposes, people that do things for positive purposes. The subjective problem is that we lump the people that do the good things for good purposes and bad purposes into one category and call them all bad. And that's what I'm calling out. That's what I'm calling out. Regardless of my subjective experience, the truth is there are two sides. There are two different kinds of people with two different types of intentions. Tell Mama Moonlight I said hi. I will. What time is it? She'll be home. What time is it? 3? Okay, so wow. I feel like it's nighttime. It's not nighttime yet. It's only 3:13. Jesus, man. Okay, well, she's still got some time left before she comes home. But she'll be home soon. And sooner or later. But I'll let her know you said hi. But everything that I've said in this live stream, do me a favor for everyone that's here. Make sure to maybe share this live stream. I think this is probably the most transparent I've been about my intentions with what I want from KTube, and maybe there should be a timestamp segment here for just this one part, and I might actually clip the live stream, or maybe you guys, if you want to, you can clip the part where I'm talking about this particular topic and then share the clip. Yes, that would be better. Share the clip. There is a clip feature, so you can share the clip. Also, guys, I do want to let you guys know, if you ever want to donate anything, like if you feel led to donate, I'm not telling you have to, but if you feel led to donate any money to my channel or whatever, a new feature that I don't think was on my channel before, called Super Thanks, is on my channel. Now, it's only accessible on videos that are not copyright claimed. So reaction videos, you're not going to see Super Thanks there, for obvious reasons, because it's copyrighted. But on a lot of my K-tubing videos, you'll see Super Thanks. If you want to donate, you feel like, I don't really have money to donate on the live streams, but I wanted to donate, the Super Thanks button is on the probably just about all of my K-pop topic videos. If you want to donate, you can click that button on a K-tube video, and send me some financial love there. Other than that, like I said, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Totally up to you. I'm definitely not going to make you. I'm not going to make you do that. But I appreciate that if you do. If you want to support me that way. So I just wanted to make that known to you guys. And yeah, I'm going to make more K-tubing videos in the future. I have a lot to talk about. This is definitely going on a K-tube video. So you can share the clip of this live stream, but I'm going to make a video talking about this anyway. I think this is a really good topic to talk about. Why K-tube community is important. I can't stress enough. I used to think it wasn't, because I saw groups like, Everglow Up and Vixo and her group of people that are like, and I'm not trying to be negative about her channel or her group. That's not my intention. It's just that there are certain things that I've heard them say that I was just like, really? I think it was Vixo that said, when addressing the Made in Abyss situation, and that Subin and them and people like him enjoyed the show, she was basically calling people that liked Made in Abyss weird, and saying that they are basically perverted for enjoying the show without even knowing what part of the show they enjoyed or what made them like the show. Another example of putting everyone in a category and calling them something without context as to what part of the show did they like. I mean, Subin even came out and said that there are aspects of the show that were like a bit too disgusting, for lack of a bit. I'm paraphrasing, but that was not the reason why he enjoyed the show. It was the story and everything like that. Right? But to demonize a group of people for liking a show, and calling them things like that, when she did that, I totally backed away, because I thought that she would never have an opinion like that. that we like that if I enjoyed a show like even Attack on Titan, people were saying, believe it or not, that Attack on Titan is like worshiping cannibalism. Yeah, like they were saying that. Worshipping cannibalism. And that and that like people that enjoy the show are weirdos for liking it. One of my favorite animes is Death Note. People are gonna like, that's just like saying that because I enjoy Death Note, I must be internally, I must have some kind of mental, I don't know, something wrong with my mind. Like somewhere in there, I worship death or something because I like Death Note or something. There was a statement that I saw on a post, I think it was a K-tubing or K-pop news article, and I can't remember if it was about Made in Abyss or not. I think it was. The statement came from a viewer, not a viewer, but like I guess someone who watched, not watched the show, but they might have watched the show. You never know. I'll just tell you, they said that every man has some aspect of misogyny in them to some degree. And I just looked at that post and I was like, okay. But it's stuff like that really, I just don't get it. But anyway, I think that there are negatives to communities gatekeeping in like the worst way possible, and not gatekeeping to protect, but gatekeeping to discriminate and to show hate. It should just call it hate keeping instead of gatekeeping. It should just be called hate keeping, because that's what gatekeeping has become. Hate keeping. Discrimination. Discriminate keeping and hate keeping. That's what it is. Gatekeeping is supposed to be protecting what you have from the people who are sending hate and destructive behavior. Not being destructive and hateful towards people that have the opposite opinion of you that isn't even damaging. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. 3 hours and 33 minutes. If anybody has anything to say or add to the conversation, now's the time. If not, I've talked enough. But I'm like I said, I love doing this stuff with you guys. So if you want to say anything, if you have anything to talk about, go ahead. And oh yeah, one more thing I do want to say. Yeah, I mentioned liking, commenting, and subscribing and all that stuff, and sharing the videos and stuff. Please, because my live streams don't really get liked a lot. If you guys could do me a favor and really like these live streams, I would so appreciate it. So appreciate it so much. Liking these live streams really does let YouTube know that there are people that actually do enjoy this content, find it enjoyable, helpful, and the YouTube will be like, okay. Now, they don't support, even if you do that, they don't support live streams like they support videos, but that's why likes are so important, and like engagement, comments and things like that are very important on live streams, because it shows that the live streams are really they're not something to sneeze at. So Stick it to YouTube algorithms by helping me out in doing that. Stick it to the algorithm. I appreciate you guys immensely for that. I'm gonna be less apologetic about pushing my channel going forward, because it's my channel. I have to make sure that my channel stays centered, grounded. I don't want to hyper focus on it, but I definitely don't want to neglect it, if you know what I mean. So I appreciate you guys. But like I said, if you guys wanted to say anything or have anything that you want to add to the discussion or whatever, now's the time. I'll give you some time to type it in. If not, we can go ahead and say our farewells. And again, I really do appreciate you guys coming out and being here. I really do. Like I said, the What is Woke video, I told my mom she's going to really enjoy that What is Woke video, because the first part of it goes into a little bit of Black history and how the whole stay woke, get woke thing started with Black America, and how all the rest of America has adopted it to show that they are aware, when the truth is they are acting completely opposite of aware. It's a regression of awareness. Hurry up! Hurry up! I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about my cap cut, because it's moving very slowly. I'm trying to do something here. So I wasn't talking about y'all. I pressed cap cut it so I could do something, and it's like taking forever. Okay, thank you, cap cut. Thank you. Alrighty, well, if that is all, then I thank you all for coming out, and I appreciate all of you so much for coming to this live stream. I really enjoyed having you guys here, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next weekend. I will definitely do a live stream. I don't know if I'm going to do one the weekend after this week coming up, because I have a doctor's appointment and all this other stuff. But I will definitely see you guys next weekend. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate that. Really do. And I'm going to, because I know that there are ladies in the chat, I'm going to blow kisses at all of you. Thank you, Shinies Nuna. Love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Kylie. And, well, I'll address Kylie last, because she gave me a donation, so I'm going to address her last. Let me see, who else? Poppy, thank you. Thank you for coming, as always. Appreciate you being here. I think that was it. There was only like maybe 3 people that said anything. No. Somebody else said something. Shaima, thank you, Shaima, for being here. I appreciate you. And last but not least, thank you to Kylie so much for coming and giving me. Thank you. That was terrible. Do it again. No, do it again. Thank you. There we go. That's much better. Thank you. Where's the longer applause? I want more applause. That's still short. Man, that's long enough. That's long enough. That's long enough. Let's do it again. One more time for Kylie. I said one more time. Thank you. I'm going to get this together, y'all. Thank you. Mwah. Mwah. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Woo. That was tough. That was tough. That was so tough. You're welcome as always. See you on the next live. Have a good night and a good weekend. Moonlight. Thank you so much, Shinies Nuna. I appreciate you always. You always help me out. You always give me like the latest details on things. I appreciate it. It's invaluable to the point where you can't really put a price on that kind of help. And so I do appreciate that a lot. Thank you for showing up all the time. You always show up. Thank you. Kylie, again, thank you so much. Thank you for your hearts. The heart donations as well. Thank you. Love you. I will see you guys in the next one, guys. Guys, 3 times. We'll have more fun, I promise. But I'm glad that you guys heard me out, heard my heart, understand where I'm coming from. Remember to clip this if you want to clip it, and share it with people. And yeah, let's do that. So I will see you guys in the next one. Until next time, it's your boy Aves signing out. Okay, let's go. More K-tubing than reactions for next week. So expect that. Some people might not like that as much, but they need to get some more shine. K-tubing is a part of my channel after all, so I got to do some K-tubing. Definitely got to do some K. And I have stuff to talk about. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And peace. Love y'all. Good night. Good night, my dear, dear, dear people. My Moonlight family. My wonderful people in the dark that I can't see. The invisible ones. I love you all. Love you. Bye-bye.